Pap smear is for women when they basically like, it's literally like, imagine a car jack, but they just fucking wedge that shit open and then they have to like look. Ugh! If you're a guy and you go into becoming a gynecologist, that's a bit crazy. Can we agree on that? I'm not like full judging it, but if you're a guy and you go and you're like, I want to be a gynecologist, out of every career path.
Yeah.
Did you order the code red? You're goddamn right I did.
Giving speeches and stuff.
When the shit hits.
Damn, do you think that's going to be on the most regrettable, most regretted gynecologist? Prostate exam guy. I don't think that's a thing. I feel like a GP just does the prostate exam. Not really much needed in terms of expertise there.
Movies are there about like a massive...
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
Did you order the code red? You're goddamn right I did.
Giving speeches and stuff.
When the shit hits the fan, some guys run and some guys stay.
When the reality is your job is to read things and not miss anything.
Why did I hire you?
Dude, it's not even read things and not miss anything. From the people I know that are in law, they basically say that passing the bar is impossible because all of the questions' answers are all seemingly right, but it's all about verbiage and wording. Like, AI had one of the hardest times passing the bar earlier on. I'm pretty sure there's versions of AI that pass the bar now, but it's like, dude, it's all verbiage. It's all fucking knowing the book in very specific terms and how that applies. That's why the lawyer that you have matters. Like, if you have a cheap lawyer, they suck. They pass, but that doesn't mean shit. They're like bottom tier lawyer versus some guy that knows what the fuck he's doing. Yeah, a Saul Goodman of the business.
Police report summarized. Traffic signal analysis, medallion bids, attendees, and results. That's why you hired me.
Let me see if Graham will pick up.
Yes, sir.
Yo, Graham, I wanted to hit you up to see
Do they know people with every degree?
if you know why you think people who pursue law end up regretting that pursuit.
Yes, I think that it attracts a certain crowd of people who enjoy academia and the study of law and don't like practicing law, which is like less academic in nature and a little bit more like practical.
Thanks, dude. That's a cool take.
Yeah, probably what you end up doing ends up maybe being boring.
I feel like it's most regretted too because I feel like becoming a lawyer is one of those degrees that people try to achieve because they know that it makes money. Like, you have that one kid in your class that's smart and you're like, what do you want to do when you're later or when you grow up? And he's always like, surgeon, lawyer. But it's like they don't actually love the idea of being a lawyer. They love the potentiality that it can give them in financial gain.
But this one might not be. This is the fourth most least regretted.
Most least regretted, so the happiest degree. Number 4. I feel like I'm going to go comp sci on 4.
College degree.
Field of study.
Vocational / technical.
Does that count?
This is electricians.
Does that count? Isn't that its own? That's not college. Vocational school isn't college. What's vocational? Electricians, plumbers, fucking, carpentry.
Plumbers, automotive technology, cosmetology,
It's a trade school.
culinary school. We're talking about the trades.
I think we've seen like the expectation versus reality
I would have put that at number 1.
brought up for both of these, right? Like expected one thing, didn't expect the red tape. Expected all the academia, didn't expect the workload or whatever.
Oh, you know what you're getting into in vocational school. You just go because it's a steady job. Like, you're setting yourself up for the future being an electrician, but it's like, you got to be an electrician for the next 35 years.
This must be like the most opposite with expectation because you're like, I assume I'm going to be
job security, and you're going to do the same thing every day for the next 3 decades.
plumbing
Yeah,
if I go to this plumbing school.
Yeah, dude, I became a plumber. Did you know I got to deal with water?
Dude, I became a plumber. You know I actually have to go in sewers and shit? Oh, my God. It's fucking terrible. I actually heard I do have a plumber. This is another I have a friend. I have a friend who's a plumber. He said that shit is not the worst smelling thing. It's like when he has to clean out, like, clogged grease. He said sewers don't smell that bad because it's poop. He said like rotting food and like grease is by far worse.
Yeah.
So it's worth noting that there are other factors beyond the field of study that affect whether someone considers their education worth it, like level of education. So people with master's or doctorate degrees felt their education was more worth it than people with associate degrees. Age played a factor too. People who were older more often felt that the costs were worth it.
Well, I also think it's the time that we're in where like getting a college degree 40 years ago was like a fucking cheat code. If you had a college degree in the 80s, bro, that was awesome. Now everybody has a degree. So if you're getting an associate's degree, that's like wiping your ass with a fucking dollar bill, dude. It's like you're just spending money. You're not really getting much out of it in return because that's a 2-year diploma.
Which makes total freaking sense. The survey said what you're probably thinking. There's
high schoolers. Some of you guys are probably going to graduate with a fucking associate's degree. Like getting an associate's degree, it's like if you're going post high school, a lot of people are like, why am I wasting my time on this?
Education may also be driven by the rising costs of higher education and the increased use of student loans, which makes costs remain more salient into adulthood.
All the old people in the survey, you like see the bars on these charts, and they're all like, I don't regret it at all.
Yeah, I had a blast. I had so much fun. It cost me $36, and then I bought a house for $15,000. Then I just sold it for $4 million. Another big factor is whether or not people have student loans. That makes sense.
It's just obvious. I mean, it makes sense.
And a final big factor is the type of institution. Public institutions are like UC schools, state schools, Ohio State University or Florida. It's definitely the most common type of college. Then you have private, non-profit schools, which is like USC or small liberal arts schools. All the Ivy League schools are actually in this category. And then private, for-profit institutions are like
DeVry. What about Education Connection? What was that online college they used to do ads for all the time? Not Education Connection. Oh my God. Dude, I remember I would see that shit. This was like 2012. What was that school they always did online shit for? Get Connected? Well, it wasn't Education Connection. Education Connection wasn't a school, was it? Was that a school? I thought it hooked you up to a school.
or
For free, Purdue.
University of Phoenix.
They've kind of
ABC Mouse. You guys are not helpful at all. You're just typing Hustlers University. No, not Hustlers University. Not the fucking Andrew Tate fucking Discord group.
come under a lot of scrutiny. They have pretty bad graduation rates. I don't want to disparage people who graduate from DeVry, but
My interpretation is it's like the bank, which is not a perfect institution, versus the payday loan place, which is a less perfect institution. Up next, the third most regretted type of degree, life
Sciences.
Interesting.
Life sciences. Oh, science that deals with life. We're talking biology,
Biochemistry.
molecular.
Really? I would have guessed that those were at the top. Do you think it's because it's hard to find a job with like a bio degree?
Biology,
Ecology.
botany,
Zoology.
genetics.
Oh, but a zoology degree is so badass if you actually get to work at a good zoo. I've always said I think that's one of the coolest jobs. If you're able to like work at a zoo that helps endangered and injured animals, and it's not like a for-profit, like, dude, that's awesome. You gotta just take care of fucking weird animals that like you never interact with like nobody would ever see, like a fucking polar bear for the rest of their lives. Like you're never gonna actually see a polar bear in the wild.
All sorts of stuff like that.
I'm actually very
Like working at the San Diego Zoo. Dude, that would be awesome. Working at the San Diego Zoo. Working at fucking like any weird aquarium.
surprised that so many people
Oh, would that be a marine biology degree or a zoology degree?
regret going into this field. This seems like one of the fields that like what you're doing. I'm gonna go study plants. I'm gonna go study dolphins. I'm gonna go study the human systems.
Let me see if Mooney picks up because, I haven't talked to this guy in forever. It's just kind of fun. I'm getting called old friends.
He's calling a guy he hasn't seen in 15 years. Hello? Who is this? Hey, it's Johnny. Just wondering if you regret your biology degree.
Yo, Zach.
Mooney, I'm making a video about college degrees.
I have a horticulture degree.
I don't even know what that means.
Chat, guess what? What the fuck is horticulture? I feel like that has to do with something with like seeds or like not farming.
Horticulture is like the
Dude, I don't know if you could get this anymore. You used to be able to get a degree in animal husbandry. You used to be able to get a degree in like animal sex.
study of fruits and nuts.
Oh,
What? You could get a degree in the study of fruits and nuts. That is so specific. Where does that degree take you in life? Like I'm not saying that's bad, but like I'm genuinely curious, like where are you going to work at, like Planters Peanuts? Like are you going to go where do you get a job?
oh, horticulture. I guess the question is, do you regret your degree?
Maybe I'll just speak for like agriculture. Like if you work on a farm your whole life, like you don't really need a degree unless you're doing research. You're probably doing some like grunt work that you don't need a college degree for. And like the pay isn't great. And then I would say like if you're doing like life sciences, you're either teaching or you're working in a rural area.
Yeah.
Can't like live in the city, like.
But you're happy with your degree?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my degree. A lot of people don't go into research.
Mm-hmm.
But in my case, I did, so that's why it was useful for me.
You got a PhD, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm still doing my PhD.
And you're like breeding
A
apricots?
PhD in horticulture? Yeah, what are you getting? Hey, I'm actually a doctor. In what? Fruits and nuts. I could actually just eyeball that mixed nuts bag you have there, and I could tell you that that's 73% peanuts. Gives me some sort of, I guess, X-ray vision. I could smell a nut and tell you what type of nut it is.
I'm breeding hazelnuts.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's breeding hazelnuts. That's the research he's doing?
Be resistant to like fungus or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's kind of badass, though. No, that's actually kind of sick. Wait, what? He's like making his own type of hazelnut that can't die to fungus? No, that's actually awesome. But you have to get like an actual doctorate to do that.
Can't believe I nailed that.
Dude.
Yeah.
Aren't you trying to do it the natural way or something?
Yeah, we've collected these hazelnuts. I don't know how much you can say about that, but like basically we've gone throughout the
What, like he signed an NDA? This is real underground shit, so let's just keep this off the record. But we actually went to Guatemala and harvested these hazelnuts from this rural area. And they're like nothing I've ever seen before. I'm talking like a weird, dude, like their diameter is insane. Like he's just so hyped about this.
world before any of these wars started happening in Russia, and like geopolitical stuff has been happening in Turkey, but
Redacted? What, so he's harvested hazelnuts from communist Russia, and now that's way before the Great Russian War that's going. Oh, what is he talking about? This is like an FBI redacted statement? Dude, he's a fucking researcher for fruits and nuts.
But we do use molecular biology.
I gotta keep shooting this video, but I'm gonna call you.
Yeah, dude. Glad to hear from you.
Thanks, bro.
Awesome. See you later.
Later.
Dude.
What a smart guy.
Yeah, dude. And also like these wars in Russia and then geopolitical situation in Turkey. Don't know how much I can talk about this. I use molecular biology, but I'm making these like hazelnuts. So if you like Nutella, it's a lot deeper than it looks, dude.
That's an example of someone who got like a college degree who's really using it
Right.
in a way that you're like, I guess we do need educated people.
I guess we do need that. Because even in fruits and nuts, do you think horticulture goes to like people that are trying to make it? Because I watched a whole video the other day at like 3 a.m. about how like the fruit at your local supermarket makes it there from like fucking Argentina. Do you think those are those people? Like the doctorates of horticulture are the ones that are trying to figure out how to fucking help you best. But I think like punching down people's dreams as a teacher is like the wackest thing you could do.
Not realistic, that too.
As exhausting as it was, he kept streaming, day after day, doing what he genuinely enjoyed, holding on to the belief that maybe one day it would pay off.
5 viewers, he's grinding. He's on the grind!
As he got better at the game, the Siege community began to tune in. Slowly, 5 average viewers turned into 15. 15 became 50.
You guys are freaking crazy, bro.
And by June, his Twitch following had jumped from just 300 to over 3,000 followers.
Bro, we're at 993 viewers. Can we hit 1,000 viewers, bro?
But in the summer of 2021, he hit a wall, 1,500 average viewers. The reach of Rainbow Six had hit its limit.
Yeah, he hit a wall, but I think he did hit that wall because Rainbow at its time wasn't that popular. But even then, that's not a bad wall to hit, right? Like, you could be a full-time streamer on 1,500 viewers. There's so many, half of the guys I stream with, bro, like, I think like Puffer and Pezzy and a lot of those guys, they average around like 2-3K. I think Pezzy's around like 1,500. You could rip that. Like, that's easy. That's easy to fucking run that, you know, for years. If you can maintain that niche of a community. I averaged 1,500 viewers for a long time.
Most popular players in the space, and even having a personal charm in the game, no one outside of the Rainbow community cared enough to tune into the streams. For almost an entire year, Jinxie sat there, at 1,500 viewers, making enough money to not have a job, but not enough to really live a life.
How much do you think the average 1,500 viewer Twitch streamer makes? No YouTube content, I think like raw. It very much depends on how many subs they're getting. It really depends on how many subs they're getting, because and how many ads you're running. I would say the average 1,500 viewer streamer on Twitch is probably making like 10K a month. 10 to 20. Nah, 10. I'd go 10, not 20. 20's a lot. I'd go there making over 100K a year. If you're streaming like 100 hours a month with over 1,000 viewers, you're probably making like 10K a year. Or not 10K a year, 10K a month. Yeah, for sure. Are you fucking kidding me?
So one day, he woke up to thousands of new followers. He was confused at first, then checked TikTok. Someone had screen recorded his stream from the day prior and uploaded a short clip to TikTok.
How's that not enough to live? No, he said enough to live, but he's saying not enough to like, you know, live lavishly.
It was of him opening alpha packs in Rainbow, getting the same annoying rubber duck.
Oh my god, I remember seeing these clips of Jinxie where he was going for, what is it called? Jaeger Black Ice.
Someone had screen recorded his stream from the day prior and uploaded a short clip to TikTok. It was of him opening alpha packs in Rainbow, getting the same annoying rubber ducky charm 3 times in a row.
Another rubber ducky!
And this clip exploded on TikTok, raking in over 17 million views that day.
Oh, it's not real, it's a myth?
How many do you guys have?
When he started up stream later that day, that ceiling finally moved. Thousands poured in, and Jinxie's stream peaked at over 4,000 live viewers. It had been almost 4 years since he started streaming, and Jinxie had finally moved up a rung on Twitch's endless ladder.
5,000 viewers already. That is a Jinxie channel record.
But what no one could have guessed was how quickly he'd shoot towards the top from here. That viral clip was the light bulb moment. If one random highlight could pull thousands to his stream, what would happen if he started posting them himself? So he ramped up the content machine, launching new accounts on TikTok and YouTube, cutting together his rages, his highlights.
Every Jinxie video I see now, he's covered in like olive oil, just making like weird noises. Like fully shaven, like covered in oil, just like making like... Just like face literally like this close to the camera.
Every day, dozens of accounts were pumping out Jinxie's reactions, funneling even more viewers straight to his streams.
We had 10,000 viewers!
By January of 2023, Jinxie had cleared over 500,000 followers on Twitch, then 750,000 in March, and just weeks later came the milestone every streamer dreams of. 1 million followers on Twitch.
I will say, I think most milestones for streamers are view counts rather than followers. Not that it doesn't matter, because it's still fucking awesome to hit that. But I think, like, people care... How similar people care about a million subs on YouTube, I think people care about, like, hitting, like, 10K on Twitch. In terms of, like, average viewers.
I'm calling my dad.
And it didn't stop there. Just days later, the sub counter rocketed past giants like XQC and Kai Cenat. Jinxie, streaming Rainbow Six Siege, was the #1 subscribed streamer on Twitch.
Yeah, he's the #1 most sub person on Twitch right now. Yeah, which is crazy, by the way.
I haven't gotten to watch him yet, but his TikTok seemed pretty funny.
Right now, until that low taper fade meme picks up a little bit more. Then we'll see who the real big dog is.
And at the 2023 Streamer Awards, he was crowned both the best gamer and breakout streamer of the year.
Because the biggest streamer in the world right now is a guy named...
I love Squeaks. I love Squeaks.
Gamer and breakout streamer of the...
I'm sorry. I think all these are great choices, but I do love Squeaks. I just got to throw that in there. Love Queso, and, you know, I don't really watch Black Boy Max, but...
year.
Because the biggest streamer in the world right now is a guy named Jinxie. And for a full year, he streamed on Twitch to an average viewership of 2.
It literally just started as an idea and a dream and a goal.
Yeah, he's streaming like 7-8 hours a day for 5 people. It's me, that's Joe Bud. People. Man.
November 2019, 5 viewers.
Yeah, like, look how flat that line is. Well, it looks so flat because his peak was so crazy. Like, here, he was still averaging, like, 3K viewers. You know what I mean? Like, this looks like, oh, shit, nobody's watching him, then everybody's watching him. Like, right here, still probably, like, fucking 15K. So, in comparison, it just looks smaller.
Every great thing that you will ever achieve is brick by brick, day by day, night by night. December 2019, 5 viewers. It started off 5 years ago. 5! I'm pursuing a career and becoming a full-time Twitch streamer and YouTuber. January 2020, 5 viewers. The amount of mother that'll tell you that you can't do something because they can't imagine themselves doing something. If you have a dream, you have to protect that dream every single day when you wake up.
And you know the craziest shit, too, is the motherfuckers that were sitting there telling him it wouldn't work out and he would never make it, then he did. And I guarantee you they immediately flip, double down. They either immediately flip and glaze or they double down and go, man, he got so lucky. I wish I could have a job like that. Yo, this shit's so low effort, so easy. Anybody can do it. Like, it's literally the direct opposites. It's just literally people that hate to hate. Like, actually switch it up like crazy, but not even a good switch up. It'll be like, yo, you're never going to make it. That shit's hard as fuck. There's literally no point. To, oh, dude, streaming so easy. You have the best job in the world. What are you talking about?
Bro, you cannot lose if you just don't give up. Literally, bro, the only way to lose is to give up.
The crazy thing is why this all worked in the first place. A generation ago, streamers lived and died by the games they played. If the game popped, so did they. But if it faded...
I still think that's very true even in modern times. Like, I understand what he said. Modern times, like, you know, 5 years ago wasn't modern times. But I'm saying, like, recently. Like, a long time ago, you know, 2016, 2018... If you were a streamer, you lived and died by the game. But people still do that. You know, like, look at modern Fortnite streamers. They're fucking falling off like crazy. You know, it's because the game's fucking dying. Like, you know, hate to say it, the reason Fortnite streamers aren't doing well isn't because they're any less entertaining. It's because the game fucking is doing bad. Like, bad. Like, the game is continuously losing players, losing viewers, losing, you know, potentiality for people to want to watch, because you're not going to want to watch a game that you don't like playing. You know, you might watch games that you don't play, but you would play if you could, or you would just rather not and rather watch something. But like the majority of people that watch Fortnite streamers or like League streamers are also players, and if they stop playing, they stop watching.
Their careers went with it. Jinxie flipped that script. Siege was already on life support when he started, so his growth was never tied to the popularity of the game. The climb took longer, but it built a foundation that wouldn't...
I think Jinxie's popularity was slightly tied to the game, but I think he has a very heavy audience that still likes watching him for him. Top guy on any stream, you are dealing with all of the bullshit.
However, success often comes at a cost. In just a few months, he went from a random kid on Twitch to the internet's main character, and that meant his personal life wasn't really his anymore. Relationships, drama. Suddenly, it was all being dissected.
Yeah, more and more of your life gets put in the hands of other people. You kind of become like a cranked robot to a degree, where like the more when you're at the top like that, you basically are just like a puppet that people use for entertainment in some form or another, you know. But at the end of the day, it's like for you to appeal to an audience, you basically have to like bend to anything that they want to see. And then usually creators hit a point where they go, fuck this. And I think Jinxie did. And that's why, you know, he had a dip in viewers, but I think he's still one of the biggest streamers of all time. And I think a lot of people clown on him for that. I fucking respect it, man. For him to like slightly abandon the game that he played for so long and want to be like, I'm just going to make the content I want to make. Like, that's really hard to do. It seems easy, But like in his position, when he knows it's going to have a negative downside, like monetarily for him, like, you know,
dissected by millions of strangers. What was once private became part of the content machine, whether he wanted it to or not. And even inside Siege, not everyone was happy with Jinxie. Some of the OG players hated the new wave that he brought with him. They said his streams made the game less serious, that the culture was more about entertainment than strategy. The exact energy that revived Siege also made Jinxie a target within the game's most dedicated community. But that's the trade-off of internet fame. You work so hard to get everything you ever wanted, only to realize it comes with everything you never asked for.
I've been thinking about making this video for a very long time. I am retiring. I'm no longer going to be streaming, posting YouTube videos, posting TikTok.
When the fuck did he post this?
I feel like I lost all my love for it and passion for it. And now it's like, I just don't even want to stream anymore. So thank you to all my supporters. And
this is an April Fool's joke.
This is goodbye.
And for Jinxie, the only way through was the same way he started. Keep pushing.
Psych! Part-time's Jinxie is gone. Starting tomorrow, I'm streaming every night, 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. I'm back on my 5-hour. Let's get it. Let's go. Click the sub button, click the like button, and let's do this for our mama and our little brother too.
He built his whole career on consistency, on showing up no matter what, and now that mindset was the only thing holding it all together. He began branching out, pushing his content far beyond the walls of Rainbow Six Siege. Jinxie hosted online dating shows, opened fan mail live on camera, and began IRL streaming with some of the biggest names on Twitch.
You do, you're crushing.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
This was actually the time period that I myself first became a fan of Jinxie. In early 2024, those clips of mukbangs.
Yeah. Bro, the queso collab where they were just like unboxing shit and just eating chicken nuggets. Like the most unplanned.
With queso and cooking with Sketch started flooding my TikTok feed.
Was that pot rusty, or trying to find out what the metal taste is there?
That is a funny ass. When they were doing the cooking streams together, that was a funny ass segment where they were just fucking it up constantly.
And I'll admit, I can't stand the cringy, over-the-top screaming reactions by streamers.
Dude, I think Sketch gets a lot of hate too because he's lost viewers, but I think Sketch is genuinely like more of a personality than a streamer, if I'm being real. Like, I think Sketch is just somebody that's entertaining to just show up anywhere. He kind of is like a character in a TV show that like transitions between TV shows. Like, Sketch will just show up somewhere and everybody's like, oh, that's Sketch.
So
That's actually pretty funny. Anyways, this was the first time that I saw Jinxie be more of himself and less of an internet character. These clips, especially—
Oh my god, his gross ass loofah. I remember that fucking clip from that. I don't know if that was that stream. Oh.
Less of an internet character. These clips, especially the sketch, were hysterical and created trends far outside of the gaming community.
You're gonna need a frisbee to cover those pepperoni nipples.
These streams took Jinxie to an all-new high, averaging nearly 100,000 viewers per stream and peaking at 229,525 concurrent viewers.
Wow.
For perspective, Twitch as a whole maintains an average of 2.6 million active users at any given time, meaning Jinxie alone—
Yo, I'm like 0.001% of that. Rep.
Had 10% of the entire platform watching his stream. To Jinxie, this made it infinitely clear. His fans were watching for him, and no matter what he streamed, they'd be there. The mental barrier of streaming for performance was gone. Jinxie really just streamed whatever he wanted to. He still streamed Rainbow, but there was constantly new additions, some that even go all the way back to the beginning of this journey.
How long have you been streaming, honestly?
Yeah,
when did you start?
I've never even said this.
Oh, the full send pod? Oh, the full send pod? Get sendy with it?
Like, I was streaming when I
I'll get sendy with it? Crack a happy, dad?
was
A full send?
freshman in high school. I was streaming when I was 15. So I've streamed on—
Oh, that was low-key sendy?
3 different accounts. I started off streaming Clash Royale.
Earlier this year, Jinxie hopped back onto the Clash Royale grind, streaming more and more of the content he used to stream to just an audience of 5. But this time, it wasn't the task of performing that was fueling the grind. The same game that lit the spark of his competitive drive was surging again in popularity, and it would be easy to chalk that up to timing or coincidence if the number—
Yo, can I make a bet on what Jinxie's next game is alongside of Clash Royale? Let's do an analytical deep dive here. Jinxie likes returning to games that he's played previously. And he also plays games that are typically not games that people stream. I'm going to go to what Jinxie streams. NBA 2K? No, he's never gonna peep back to that shit. I feel like he'll still run Clash for a very long time because I think that game has like a long longevity. This is what he streams. Look at this. Fuck. Oh my god. 9,800 hours in Rainbow. 688 Clash. 227 just chatting. And then it's immediately drop off. I think he plays FIFA, but I feel like he opens packs more than anything. He played only up for 22 hours. My god. What would be the next game he'll play? It's going to be like some multiplayer shit. He loves playing multiplayer games. You know what I would love to see? I think his viewers would hate it. And I don't think I would love the content, but I would love to see Jinxie get obsessed with League of Legends. I think that would be like that would be like the equivalent of like Tyler 1 era. Like, I think Jinxie would get really toxic in game, and it would be, oh my god. I think he would get banned from fucking League.
Numbers right there. In June, 8 out of the 10 uploads on Jinxie's channel were Clash Royale, with the game's player count jumping over 8.4 million in that exact same month. Whether he'll admit it or not, the moment he came back...
Wait, what? Since Jinxie switched to Clash Royale, it upped player bases by 8 million?
Right there. In June, 8 out of the 10 uploads on Jinxie's channel were Clash Royale, with the game's player count jumping over 8.4 million in that exact same month.
Oh my god, the creator code is going to... I'm reverting back to what I said. I think Jinxie's making $50,000 a day. I'm reverting back to what I was saying before. Bro, he individually brought 8 million players over to Clash.
Whether he'll admit it or not, the moment he came back, the game itself seemed to wake up too. And not just Clash Royale. Overnight, a surge of 800,000
He averages way less now, but his sub count's all the same.
Players jumped back into Clash of Clans, like it was almost a brand new release. And we were right there with him. But behind every stream, behind all the numbers and the noise, is the life that keeps him grounded.
You live with the parents, right?
Yeah, I live with like my mom, my brother, my cousin.
Off camera, it's not about winning or losing in a video game. It's about family and the quiet moments that never make the highlight reel. A steady support system that's been there from the very beginning, reminding him who he is at the end of the day.
To me, family's all you really have in life. Like, you can have like money or fame or whatever, but at the end of the day, all that really matters is like the people you truly care about. So like, I have my whole life to go f off and live by myself. I may as well spend as much time with my mom and dad while I can.
The success may look larger than life, but at its core,
Valid.
It's held together by simple, real-life anchors that fame can't touch. In today's world, it's almost routine to watch creators blow up overnight, only to lose pieces of themselves along the way. The fame, the number, the pressure, it changes people. But Jinxie never let those pieces slip away. He held onto them tightly. The laughter, the humility, the roots that shaped him. And more than anything, he kept close the relationship that mattered the most. His dad.
I've nothing but like the highest thanks to my dad. When I was like 17 years old and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, my dad was the person who told me to just go for it, and he said, you'd be good at it.
There's Jinxie, there he is. See him, chat, right there. There's Junko.
I created my...
Aww. Yeah, that's literally like the best dad, bro. Like full supportive of your son.
Twitch account in 2019. I had one viewer for an entire year. That one viewer was my dad. He was in every stream, always hyping me up, and he never stopped believing in me. When you have somebody in your corner that's your dad and they believe in you from the jump, what else do you need? Call to my dad.
Yo.
Dad, I just hit 1 million.
No, I'm watching.
Oh, you're in?
Yeah. I'm so happy I can't feel my arms.
I can't even feel my arms.
I think the story that is Jinxie is far from over, but in its own way, it's come full circle. From the late nights of streaming to a few viewers, to teachers saying he would never make it, to now living the exact way he's always dreamt of. He's always been one thing. Himself. And yeah, the sacrifices were real, but if you asked him today whether he'd do it all over again, I don't even think there'd be a pause. The answer would be simple.
What the fuck did he just say there? That was a fucking awesome video. I'll sub to them. I love that his dad is supporting him from the beginning. Not many kids get that push of support he got. Oh, for sure, bro. Piracy is the logical solution.
If buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing, which is why piracy is no longer seen as digital theft reserved for risk takers and your plug who knew a sketchy website. Now it's easier.
No, actually, though. 2025, pirating like a show, movie, or professional sports match is so normal. Like, to go on a weird website and just watch it, like, effectively illegally. You remember the old DVDs that you would put in, like DVD player VHS tapes, even for people that are like older than me. And it would say before the movie started, it would be like FBI warning. Piracy is a crime that could be fined up to blank and blank with this amount of years in prison. This is like a serious, because like people would go to movie theaters and like film movies and then upload them. And the rips were terrible. And people would watch that. Now people just rip a show straight off of a fucking streaming service and just upload it onto a sketchy website. And people will just watch that. Like, it's crazy how normal it is now, I guess. Do they even crack down on that? Like, is piracy something that people get actually charged with anymore? I feel like, yeah, but not, maybe not as much. Because it's hard to track and there's so many people that do it.
And more convenient than ever. TV, movies, sports, live events.
Like, it sucks to say. I mean, it not sucks, but one in the chat if you've pirated something. I'm not advocating for this, but like, whether it be a UFC fight, a Jake Paul fight, yeah, most people, because I think the term pirating isn't what it used to be. The term pirating now is like, I went on a website to watch a fucking UFC fight for free. I went on this instead, like, most of the time, that's what people are probably meaning when they say pirating. It used to be like, yeah, I bought a rip off a guy who was illegally recording in a movie theater.
Whatever you want for free. It's become so normalized that piracy sites are getting more yearly visits than every streaming service combined. But this makes sense when you consider that every facet of the entertainment industry has been destroyed by corporations. Even if you're not a sports fan, you will relate to this struggle. Because
how every day the sport you want to watch is on a different platform because the one company didn't buy everything. It's like now the NBA or like the MLB, it's like, okay, well, it's on this one day and this another day and then this another day. Oh my God, it's such a fucking pain in the ass. That, and then it's like Netflix used to be, bro, anybody remember 2017 Netflix? My God, that was peak. Because you would fucking load that bitch up. It had so many shows and movies. It was like the only thing. Now you didn't have to use fucking on demand. You didn't have to pay for a show. It was awesome. And then it was like, oh, HBO Max or Hulu's out. It'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool. They have even more stuff. And then it got to a point where like there's 9 streaming services that constantly battle for different shows. So it's like you can't own one to watch what you want now. Now you have to own 5. Because you have one show on each network that you want to watch, and they're purposefully pulling from other people because they're trying to get customers to transfer over. It's so stupid.
You need to see how insanely difficult it is just to watch a basketball game. I live in Oklahoma City, and I really wanted to follow the Thunder and the entire Western Conference.
Every single basketball day is probably on a different network. There's a network that probably owns like Monday, Thursday, and then there's ones that own like Thursday or weekends. I don't know basketball days generally, but like it's absurd the lengths you have to go to watch professional sports now.
I bought NBA League Pass for $110 for the season. Silly me for thinking that one streaming service would have every game.
No, that only has 3 days a week probably. $110.
Pass only lets you watch games that are out of market, which meant I couldn't actually watch the Thunder games because I live in Oklahoma City and those rights belong to the FanDuel Sports Network. And if the game was nationally televised, that was exclusively broadcast on ESPN or TNT, which meant I needed a cable package or another app like Hulu Live or Sling.
No. I will stand by though. Cable TV is dog shit. Bro, they try to loop that shit in whenever if you get a TV, you get a Wi-Fi package, they're like, yo, you wanna loop in cable? It's only like fucking $200 a month. No. Because who the fuck watches cable anymore? Outside of 4 sports, no one watches cable. Who the fuck's like, yeah, I'm going to go see what's on A&E right now. Oh, The Sopranos is on at 9 in the morning. What?
To catch the games literally happening in my city. As of right now, if you want to guarantee that you will be able to watch all of
Old people, yeah. Somebody said my grandparents. Yeah, old people. No, I feel like more and more, there's probably stats on that. I would say the average Gen Z person does not own cable.
the NBA games in the US, when they are actually happening live, you need to have ESPN, which requires you to have Hulu plus live TV or YouTube TV or Sling Orange TV or with an upgraded cable package. Then you need Peacock, which is $11 per month. Then you need Prime Video, which is $9 per month, and ABC, which would come with your basic local cable subscription. The cheapest way to get
Bro, it's like that. That's just to watch one basketball game. I think like pay-per-view, it's a little bit different. So it's like maybe not as annoying because there is paywalls. But I remember I was trying to watch a UFC fight with my friends, and he had ESPN Plus, and that let us. He had to sign into that, and that let us watch the like the undercard, like not the main card. But then when it got to the main card, you had to pay for that. But he already pays for ESPN Plus, so then he's paying for a subscription and then having to pay on top of that to watch the main card and not the prelims.
guarantee every game would be $66 in subscriptions and whatever your basic cable costs these days, which is on average about $25. So roughly $91.
Bro, what's fucked to say is, it's bringing people together maybe, but I feel like more people go to restaurants and bars to watch games now. Like if I really want to watch a game, like I feel like I might go somewhere. Yeah, because they'll just have it.
Per month just to watch basketball the cheapest. Now, me personally, I would never pirate anything. That is behavior I absolutely condemn. But I'm not surprised anyone who would do it when all you got to do is go to one of the many widely available.
Is it the same for like football? Like for not the NFL, like the UK or like European, like football? Like, do they have, like, is it, for my European viewers, is it as bad to watch, like, a Liverpool game or something? Like, if you want to, yes. So they just have shit on different, it's all on different networks, on different fucking platforms. That's so annoying. It's worse. How's it worse? Because they play a lot of games.
Free websites, click the extremely clean and clear interface that says the exact game or event you are looking for and just watch it for free. But
yeah, then you go on Streamies and you're like, oh, I'm watching the game. Dick and balls on in frame. Oh, wait, no, it just tabbed me out of the Streamies. Oh, no, there's somebody having sex on the right side of my screen right now.
honestly, we should have seen this terrible streaming climate coming from a mile away, because as they say, nothing.
Oh shit, dude, there's a hot MILF that's only 3 miles away. You're mid-game, you're like, oh fuck, what's that?
Nothing good lasts forever. And to understand why piracy is so rampant today, we have to understand this detailed list of problems that piracy solves. Netflix used to be
falling for that? Can I say that? Who is falling for that? The fucking, Jessica's waiting for you 6.3 miles away. It's got to be like old men. Like old men are like, oh, really? They click on it.
$8 per month, and it had a deep, deep catalog of some of the most popular shows ever made.
Oh my God. Yes. When Netflix had The Office was when streaming services was peak.
Office, Friends, Breaking Bad, Dexter, Family Guy, American Horror Story, Pretty Little Liars, Law and Order, and even some Disney and Pixar.
Wow, Netflix had all those at the same time. Now they have some boof-ass fucking 20% Rotten Tomatoes films.
Titles. They had the Harry Potter films, they had Star Wars, they had classic movies like Shawshank Redemption, The Godfather, The Dark Knight. They even had Marvel titles before Disney Plus launched. It felt limitless, like the entire entertainment industry was in one app for the price of a fast food meal.
Kipatowski!
Today, $8.99 gets you 9,000 shows you will never watch, and that's with ads. And if you don't want ads, no problem. That's $25 a month. Plus, every studio with a morsel of value.
You gotta pay for no ads, too. You might as well just watch cable TV if you're not paying for the... Like, for Hulu with ads, bro, I remember back when I would watch One Punch Man on Hulu, it would be fucking like 15-minute episode, 5-minute mid-roll ad, or 5-minute pre-roll ad, 5 minutes of the show, 5-minute mid-roll ad, 10 minutes of the show, 3-minute mid-roll ad or end-roll ad till the next one.
IP decided to make their own app. So instead of one library, you get 10 half libraries, each charging you separately.
Oh my God, I love that. Yeah, I love that. When you go on Pawn Stars and they have seasons 1, 15, 32, and 17. Oh, shit, bro. Oh my God, wait. They have one of my favorite shows. They only have seasons 1, 4, 5, and 12. Where's the other ones at?
HBO Max, $21 a month. Hulu and Disney Plus, $19 a month. Peacock, $17. Apple TV Plus, Paramount Plus, Discovery.
I feel like they only really do it though for shows that don't have like a definitive plot line. You know what I mean? Like usually you'll see that for like Impractical Jokers or some other shit where it's like they have a show that you don't need to know the other episodes to understand.
Plus, Stars Play, BritBox, and niche ones like Shudder.
Yeah, Survivor, they'll do it for reality shows. Like Big Brother, Survivor, some shit.
Crunchyroll, Acorn TV, all jumped into the fight, each charging $4 to $20 a month. I sometimes...
What the fuck is Acorn TV? What the fuck is Acorn TV? Yo, anybody in chat got Acorn TV? Really? Actually. No one has that. What is on Acorn TV? I gotta actually Google that shit right now. Acorn TV is $8.99 a month. Like, what do they have that would make me want to see Acorn TV? Made in Italy, Bloodlands, Maternal. Don't know any of these shows. Cracks, Girlfriends, The Terror, Turning Green. Bro, can I say this really feels like... I'm going to show this. Hold up. Like, this feels like... What are these shows? Like, when you're scrolling through this kind of feels like when you're on an airplane and they have like, oh, here's the catalog of shows we have. What am I looking at? The Other Wife? Dog Martin? Bon Voyage? I've never heard of any of these shows. The Killing. The Journey. Henry. 800 Words. Mayflies. Coastal Ireland. With Adrian Dunbar. Yeah, I'm really going to pay $8.99 to see Coastal Ireland with Adrian Dunbar. I want to scroll until I recognize one show. I mean, dude, is this all like British shit? What am I looking at? Murderland? That's their whole thing? A Stitch in Time. Movies. What movies do they have? Maybe that'll be better. Maybe that'll be better. Stardust, Black 47. These are all the movies they have. That's all the movies they have. $8.99 a month? Why am I paying for that? Why would I pay for that? What are they offering? And some of them just don't make any sense. I understand Stars, bro. I remember Stars was like the shit before Netflix.
Into the fight, each charging $4 to $20 a month. I sometimes have this thought like, man, I wish I could just pay one price for all of the streaming services grouped together. And then I realize that's kind of what cable was. But streaming was supposed to be the solution.
Well, no, bro. Cable was, yeah, it was cool. The problem with cable was like you paid for cable, but you could only watch the show if it aired at a certain time. If we reverted back to cable TV and made it so, like, I could watch an episode of whatever without having to fucking record it on a VCR. Yeah, some dickhead just said, Nathan just said record it. Bro, I'm not going to sit there and be like, I need to record this episode when it airs. Then I have to actively spend time out of my day to remember to record an episode of a show that I want to see. Otherwise, I have to wait for that shit to air. No. It should just have a catalog of like out episodes that I have to be able to, that I could watch. But that's not how it was. You paid for cable TV, you had on demand, and then when you would go to watch the show, some of it would be free. They would have ads with it, sure. But then a lot of the time you had to pay for it. You had to pay like $8 for one episode of a show. And then you owned the episode.
and yet they are slowly turning into the very thing they sought to destroy. Check out this old residential cable service price sheet from 1993. Just your basic news and weather channels was the same cost as Netflix when they first launched. Adding just 2 or 3 premium channels like the Disney Channel takes the price from $8 to $20 to $27 per month. This is actually insanely expensive for the 90s, especially when you consider that you did not get to choose what content to watch or when you could—
No, you just fucking tune in. I mean, there's like some nostalgia in that, but like in modern time, yeah, I could look back at that and like when I'm at a hotel, I'm like, yeah, let me see what's on TV. It's fun. But if every day I had to be like, let me go watch something, and I tune in 35 minutes into an hour-long show, and I'm like, oh, I don't even know what's happening. You can't get into anything. Like, that's what makes that shit impossible, is like, you can't start anything new with cable TV unless you've been there from the beginning. Because if you want to watch The Office, or not The Office, because those are just random episodes. Let's say you want to watch, like, Supernatural, which is a show that ranges, like, 14 fucking seasons. And on cable TV, season 7, episode 22 is on. I can't invest myself into Supernatural. I don't even understand the fucking plot line. And I can't go back and watch the first episode because I have to pay for it.
Streaming solved all of these problems, but in 2025, almost all of these problems are back. I recently wanted to watch The Founder after doing research for my fast food video, but Netflix would not allow me to watch it since I pay for the cheapest version of Netflix that has ads. I was annoyed, but I thought maybe it had something to do with McDonald's having some sort of strict licensing issue that forced Netflix to lock it behind the premium tier, but it turns out there are 138 movies and TV series blocked on Netflix advertising tier. For $8 per month, you cannot watch Spider-Man, White Chicks, Boys in the Hood, or even the Garfield movie. Half the time, you don't even know whether something isn't available or not.
Oh, dude, but you at least have Guy's Grocery Games. That's all you need, man.
Because of licensing,
Chopped,
contracts, region restrictions, or just because you're on the wrong subscription plan. The end result feels exactly like cable.
Alright guys, I'm gonna need you to make me a hamburger with all the ingredients in the grocery store. You have 20 minutes and $35. Go.
Again, paying more money just to unlock what you thought you were already paying for, thus making piracy the logical solution. You can go to these super cool websites that I never endorse because that is wrong and immoral, and just search basically any movie and get a high definition download. However, cable being much more expensive actually did have a slight benefit that nobody realized at the time. The competition for ratings meant that the shows that survived were usually the best of the best. Every network was fighting for limited primetime slots, and if a show could not pull in millions of viewers week after week, it was canceled. There was no filler at primetime. Seinfeld, Friends, The Simpsons, The X-Files, Sex and the City, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I could go on and on. Networks weren't pumping out hundreds of new series every year just to fill catalog.
Ooh, okay, don't say pumping out shows and shows. This shit's the fucking... This is like primetime dad TV. This is, I don't know what Alone Australia is, but Alone is an amazing show. It's Survivor, but actually Survivor. They just drop your ass off in the wilderness and say, last one standing wins, bye. And they leave. And they come back once a week to see if you're dead or not. And they do like a weight check, and you have like a little radio in case you're dying. They come save your ass. And if you're the last one there and you don't get pulled because like you're like dying of, being malnourished, you win. And you get like $1 million. It's fucking awesome.
Space. They were making sure the few shows they produced had the writing, acting, and budgets to succeed. And to no surprise at all,
Naked and Afraid? Oh my god! See, do they still make that on cable? Or not on cable. Do they make that for streaming services? I would watch that shit. That was hilarious. Naked and Afraid, it would be a bunch of camera majors just want to make money. I do want to do that, really. You want to be an accountant, really. I'm not judging that. I'm not making fun of that. That's fine. You want to be like, when somebody's like, what's your dream job? You go, I want to save people money in taxes. That's what you want to do. But money not involved. Like, not the fact that you could potentially make really good money. It's like, yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with it. Nothing's wrong with it. I just can't. That's the opposite end of the spectrum for me, right? Like, I would never want to be like, dude, do you think there's anybody that's like, I want to be an auditor for the IRS? Like, that's the job. That's the dream job, is auditing. Like, that sounds so bad. I would hate that job. I mean, maybe you get some sort of pleasure in like sticking it to the rich guy that didn't pay his taxes. But it's like, oh, fuck, bro. You want to work for the IRS?
College, have a good time, and if things don't work out, hey, that's okay. If they do work out, great. You know, like, it's just
business, dude. These guys have TikToks, and they walk up to restaurants and try and get in without reservations.
Let me see if my buddy Matt, I think he majored in business. Yo, Matt, you majored in business, right?
Yeah, I majored in marketing.
Hi, I'm James.
I fully think, bro, I really don't think marketing degrees are needed for the marketing space, though. And I whenever I have takes on this shit, a lot of like the YouTube commenters, if this becomes a video, Joe's such a fucking idiot. He knows nothing about marketing. I know. I'm just saying this is my personal perspective. You say I'm an idiot. That's fine. Explain why, and I'm fine with that. Right, I'm not saying you're wrong. There are times where I have horrible takes. But I don't think... I took a marketing class in college. It was daycare. It was daycare. Everything that I learned in that class was absolute horse shit. And when I was taking the class, one of the main things that people say, and I kind of agree, is, why the fuck are you a professor if you're so successful in marketing? I'm sorry. I get being a professor for like chemistry or philosophy or fucking STEM shit. Why are you a professor for fucking marketing if you're a marketing guru? Wouldn't you be making racks marketing? And you're teaching me the fucking tips and tricks? Bro, I feel like I'm getting a fucking PowerPoint rundown made by ChatGPT. I remember the first fucking 3 weeks of class was about like perceived value. Oh my God. It's just basic shit everybody knows. You've seen an ad. You want to make your product seem valuable. You want to have a low production cost with a high value rate. iPhones are like the pinnacle of the marketing world. They cost pennies to make, and they sell for the fucking profit margins that Ferraris do. Like, they're insane. Right, they churn shit like Ford cars, but they have the margins of Ferraris. It's like, everybody knows that. Why the fuck? It's not pennies, bro. I know, you dumbass! It's not pennies, bro. Yeah, it's... dude, I'm not actually saying they cost pennies. I'm saying they're cheap. Oh. Fucking hell, bro.
It's the number 5, like, people are most happy that they...
But that's what I'm saying, like, when I took marketing, granted, it was the first class, and I know it's going to go much more in depth after that, but, like, I fully believe experience outweighs, what word am I looking for? Oh, like, requirements. Like, if you have a degree in marketing and you go to apply for a job versus a guy that has proven success in marketing and social media, who are they going to hire? Who are they going to hire? The fucking guy that's proven his success, not some dude that just got a 4-year degree for marketing. Like, that's why when you go to like business in general, do the internships. Do the internships, because that's how you get in. That's how you get the experience, because the experience with the degree is always going to beat experience. But if you just have the degree, you're not going to get a fucking job at a high-tier place, because they want a guy that knows what he's doing.
Majored in it.
Really?
Yeah, do you regret your degree? Are you happy that you got your degree?
Here, one second. Can I also just do a copy real quick? Or pour over? Just give me 1 second to finish paying real quick.
Yeah. You can tell this guy's got the goods.
Yeah, so doing a second transaction, right? Yeah. Perfect, let's just do that. That's all. Okay, thank you. I was basically like highly recommended by my parents that I need to get a business degree. But I would have got a degree in like engineering or science in some capacity, because I actually like enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Like, if you got a degree in like finance or accounting, I think that'd be helpful. Like, I got a degree in marketing. I think that's like an absolute joke. I don't think it actually.
Oh, weird. Weird. I was just doing a rambling about how marketing degree is a fucking piece of shit. What the fuck? I think you learn valuable shit, But like, bro, all smart marketing guys that I watch speak know their shit from the jobs they've held versus the degree they had. Like, you could get a genius. Throw it in sub only! Please! Holy shit! Why are people spamming that, bro? Stop that poll, mods. I'm sorry, bro. I really want to lock in today. I'm really excited about the videos we're watching. Please stop trolling, mods. I'm genuine. I'm actually asking you. I'm not faking the rage right now. I want to lock in. I look over at my chat. Nobody's typing shit that has to do with it. Please. Please, chat. It's in sub only. Shut the fuck up. Oh my. Are we ready?
Like helps with anything, but like I'm happy I guess that I have it.
It's the 5th least regretted. Like, why do you think that is?
I would say that people are probably happy with it because it like everybody ends up going and working in business no matter what your profession is.
Well, dude.
Yeah, it's more that you need the degree to get in the door versus actually the expertise. It's just the fact that you need a business degree.
Thanks for answering our questions, dude. I'll see you tonight.
Yeah, I'll see you tonight.
All right, later.
Should I not tell Lindsay?
See ya tonight. Okay, that was hilarious. He's like, I don't regret it at all. Huge waste of time.
Yeah. But he did make a good point there at the end where like everything is business.
Yeah, I think no matter what you do in your life, you'd be like, oh, well, I used that thing I learned from business school. Like, there will be something.
Yeah.
You won't feel like it was.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you're not getting any value out of a marketing. I think business degrees in general have value. I think going to school for general business is weird because you should still just pick some sort of alleyway down the line. Like getting a general business degree versus some form of expertise in a specific field, like finance, accounting, marketing, international business, like that's better.
It's a total waste.
Also, we got to see a little peek of the degree in use when he solved that coffee problem.
Yeah, so doing a second transaction, right?
Let's just make 2 transactions. That's management.
Let's make 2 transactions. Yeah, your fucking business marketing degree is really going to come in handy when you're at the checkout line at Starbucks.
It's business. Now back to the sad list. The number 4 most regretted college degree / field of study is...
Bro, those are literally the 2. Oh my God. No, I thought law would be number 1. What are the other 2 or other 3? Law, I fully get people hating because the success rates. Law is also so stressful. Passing the bar exam.
Law.
Really?
Chat, it's not pre-watched. Those are the 2 most really? Those are the most obvious degrees. Art? What do you mean art? Can you just get a degree in art? I feel like it has to be more specific than that. There's no way you can just get a BA in art. You would have to have like art with a specification in painting or sculpture.
Law.
Really?
Interesting.
Fine arts? Yeah, but a fine arts degree is different. Like you could get a fine arts degree in ballet, but you're not just getting art.
That is interesting. I bet it's for depressing reasons. It's easier to convince yourself that you could be a lawyer than you could be a doctor. Like, there's no part of me.
No. I think it would be, okay. I think it would be harder to be a lawyer than a GP. But I think being a surgeon is a hell of a lot harder. I think being a GP is a great job. Being able to walk in and do, like, yearly checkups, maybe a prostate exam here and there, that's a great job, you know? You just walk in, do the same shit every day. You get paid like $150K more, maybe, depending on how far you into your fucking career. And then you leave. What's a GP? General practitioner. It's basically the doctor you go to for like your yearly checkup. Does your GP do your prostate exam? I don't know. Do you have the specific doctor for that? I hope not. I feel like that'd be really creepy. You have to go to your prostate doctor. I don't have one. Don't worry, we'll schedule your appointment. You walk in, he's just like putting on the glove.
It's like, oh, I could be a doctor. But like 100% of me is like, dude, I'd be a sick lawyer. And I
just lubed up. You think there's ever been a situation where like somebody's been getting their prostate exam and like they actually just like poop on the doctor's hand. You don't shit before you go. You drink a coffee right before. Just open the floodgates.
Also think that,
oh my God, how embarrassing that would be.
that the way lawyers are
Pooping on the doctor's hand 1,000 times. That's very common.
portrayed in art and media is pretty romantic. Like, how many movies are there about like a massive...
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
What's a prostate? This is gonna sound really fucking stupid. Women don't have prostates, right? Okay, good. I was right. Men have prostates. It's like prostate cancer is also very common. Like if you live to 80, you're probably going to have prostate cancer. Most of the time, like my grandfather died with prostate cancer, not of prostate cancer. He had prostate cancer for like 10 years. It does kill people, but a lot of time it's like slow growing. Prostate cancer or your prostate isn't that like, what is your prostate? Your nuts? No. I always envisioned your prostate being the taint region of a man. What is your prostate? Damn, so do women not have to get prostate exams? The prostate is a small walnut-sized gland located in the male reproductive system, just below the bladder in front of the rectum. Oh, but women have to get the clamps. Oh, yeah. Women have to get they have to go to, get a pap smear. I'd rather get a finger shoved up my ass any day of the week. Don't remind, what's a pap smear? The cost of becoming Jinxie.
Oh my God!
This was the exact moment Jinxie became the most subscribed streamer on Twitch.
Now listen, if you don't know who he is,
Bro, you got to look at this real quick. This doesn't even look real. This looks f***ing edited. I mean, like, talk about Elon Musk versus average American. 1 million subs, 73,000. And that's still insane. 73,000 subs is huge. Queso's like one of the biggest streamers, one of the biggest YouTubers in the world as well right now. 1 million subs. I know it's from the subathon, but god damn, dude. What does Jinxie have right now? Like 50K?
You about to find out why he's so popular, man.
It seemed like Jinxie came out of nowhere. Like he snapped his fingers and all of a sudden, he was the new king of Twitch. For most people, this is a dream come true. To wake up, play video games.
No, I think the dream come true is to be like a top 500, top 1,000 streamer, but like you're in your niche community. Honestly, bro, I think what I would say the ideal is you. Well, I mean, I really love my job and I love my audience, but I'm not saying the ideal because I feel like that's self-glaze. I'm going to go the ideal Summit 1G. Bro hops on the game. His chat has been watching. His chat's like 35. They've been watching him for 10 years. And he just plays fucking whatever game for 15 hours and hops off. But he doesn't cross-post much. Like, he just games and then gets off. He's never been... I mean, early streaming, he was probably, like, one of the biggest guys. But, like, he's always maintained crazy relevancy. But he's never, like, you know, spiked or dipped. He's always been, like, 10K viewers, 10K viewers, 10K viewers, 10K viewers. And it's just, like, held him consistently. You know, like, he has, like, the reliability of, like, a 9 to 5 in terms of, like, income. But he doesn't deal with, like, the spikes or the downsides. I do social media. Right, but I would never want to be on the top. Being on... yeah, literally. Yo, literally the same shit. Literally the same shit. I don't even know when I talked about this. The top is a curse.
But what?
Bro, it is. It is. It is. I will have that take, bro. Literally. If you look at the fucking top Twitch streamers, bro, they get the most hate. They get the most hate if you know them. Like, I'm going to go to English streamers because I know English streamers more. Bro, Kai, I feel like Queso's an anomaly, okay? Let's rule him out. I feel like does Queso get hate? He does. I know he does. Everybody gets hate. But I feel like Queso has a very high ratio of positivity versus negativity, but I think he still does get hate. But I think his audience is like, you know, I think his audience would die for him, if that makes sense. I think I'm going to say parasociality, but I think the loyalty behind Queso's fan base is like very, like ride or die type shit. Like somebody shits on Queso, they're going to immediately like attack them, which I think is bad to a degree, but also like, goddamn, you know, people rep Queso. But anyways, as I was saying, Kai gets a lot of hate. Jinxie, Hassan, Jason, I don't know who Christina is. Ron, Adapt. These are also subs. It's not like the top channels necessarily on like performance. Let me actually go to English channels and then personality. But like, dude, literally all these people get like the most hate. And you know, for varying reasons. But I feel like when you're at the top, it's like you make yourself a target. In that sense.
We don't see in this moment is what it took to get here, because success like this doesn't come free. It comes with a cost. And for Jinxie, that cost was higher than most people could ever imagine.
639 hours streamed to an average viewership of 2. That's Jinxie, man.
While his friends were out living their college.
Damn, bro. He streamed 600 hours to 2 people. That's fucking dedication, bro. 600 hours to no one. Literally 2 people, bro. That's like your mom, your dad. Nightbot and a random friend.
College years, Jinxie was alone, night after night, sitting in front of a camera, streaming to almost no one.
Because it's not about the hours that they know about. It's about what you do in the dark room when it's you and your thoughts.
For years.
Okay, no, that was actually like hard, but I didn't expect Jinxie to say some like motivational ass shit like that. I feel like that's something I would hear in like a gym motivation clip, like a montage I'd listen to when I was like working out when I was 14. It's not how hard you get hit. It's not about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
So low, they didn't even register. 5 viewers, 10 viewers. It was a dream no one else could see.
Every great thing that you will ever achieve is brick by brick, day by day, night by night.
But the real question is, what exactly did he give up to reach #1?
His fucking life?
Nicholas Stewart, or as we know him
today. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Jinxie streams all day, bro. What? Look at that motherfucker's hours. Like, comparable to anybody else, dude, it's insane. I stream averagely like 100 to 120 hours a month. Like this is my stream stats, right? Like I stream 100 to 120 hours a month. Queso streams around like 96. I think Queso streams 4 hours, hard cuts it off. Bro, average hours streamed a month for Jinxie is in the 200s. Yeah, it's been a little less over the summer, but like bro, 263, 261. What is that per day? 263 minus or divided by 3. That's 8.7 hours a day every day in a month, right? So like if you're like removing like weekends, I mean he streams, I don't think he takes days off. At least often, right? Like this is over the last what, like 3 weeks? 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So over the last 15 days he hasn't taken a day off. Which, like, yeah, it's streaming, but, like, oh, he's actually been streaming a little less recently. I think that's good for him, bro. That's, like, a mental health thing, bro. I think streaming over, I will have the take that streaming over, I think Ron says the same thing at times, but I think Ron also streams a lot. Streaming over, like, 5 hours a day, every day, is unneeded. Like, unless you're first and foremost a streamer, there's no point in streaming, like, 12-hour days. Like, it makes sense for people like XQC or like Train or guys that kind of like live on Twitch. But if you are basically like spreading your wings across all social media platforms, streaming like 9 to 15-hour days is just insane. Like, why?
He wasn't chasing streamer awards. His first love was actually soccer. He played competitively for a local team called Everton FC in Florida.
Yeah, so did I. I played for the Purple Fighters.
And for a while, that was his entire world outside of school. As the mid-2010s rolled around, soccer wasn't his only obsession anymore. Like countless teenagers, he was sinking deeper into the world of video games. It started with the mobile game Clash Royale. Nick grinded his way up the ranks, even competing at the semi-pro level under the name...
Oh my god, Nick. Jinxie's name is Nick. Isn't it so weird when you hear the real name of somebody with like a show name? Nicholas. Do you think he hates being called that? Should I just text him Nicholas? What's up, Nick? He'd be like, bro, what? What's your real name? Oh, I don't know. Joe Bartolozzi. What's my real name? Oh, it's actually John. No. But that's like the screen name for certain streamers gets just so ingrained. It's like, I know his real legal name isn't Jinxie, but I'm like, I never think of anything but like, oh, this guy's Jinxie.
It's Noah Nick. By his junior year, the focus had once again shifted. He wanted to stream, so he created a new account, called it I Sweat Games, and for the first time, he hit go live on Twitch.
His first username was I Sweat Games.
Alright, what's up, guys?
Who the fuck? How did he find his first stream? Now that's mad weird. How did he find his first stream? That doesn't even exist anymore. What do you mean? Bro, this is from like 8 years ago. Yeah, where was this VOD? Like he saved this and posted it or something?
Let's go.
And the timing of this move was perfect, because 2018 was the year live streaming exploded into the mainstream. Fortnite was everywhere, pulling in millions of players and casual viewers. Streamers like Ninja, Tfue, and Daquan were becoming household names.
Nah, best year to get into streaming was 2020. 2020 to 2021, bro. That was like COVID. Nobody had anything to do, and I think small streamers had their peak then. Like most people that streamed during 2020, if you look at their Twitch tracker, they had the most viewers they ever had in 2020 to 2021. Because that was when like everybody was just watching like anyone. Now I think it's been like really split to where like the highest streamers get the most viewers because people don't want to just like stream bounce a lot, but you had nothing else to do for like 10 hours a day, so
Ninja's
you'd watch 20 viewer streamers.
collabs with Drake, Travis Scott, and Juju Smith-Schuster made headlines outside of the gaming world, putting Twitch in front of audiences who had never watched a live stream.
When did Ninja do the floss on New Year's Eve? I didn't see that live. I only saw clips of it, and I'm kind of upset about it because I don't watch the ball drop.
And that sudden surge of attention created space for new creators to break through. Now, I Sweat Games was short-lived. Nick dropped that username and started fresh as Jinxie, but starting then gave him a chance to grow with the platform. He just had to follow the usual playbook.
Do you go to school? I graduated high school last year, bro. I'm pursuing a career and becoming a full-time Twitch streamer and YouTuber.
To become
See, bro, I feel so split on when people say that. Because, like, most people would probably be like, bro, you're corny, you know? And I feel like he probably got that hate. You know what I'm saying? Like if he had just graduated high school and he was streaming to no people and they'd be like, what do you do? Like you're like 18, bro. You just got out of college or not college, high school. Like, are you going to go to college? Are you going to try to go to no, I'm going to be a Twitch streamer. Most people would be like, bro, figure it out. You know, I even got that shit at times, but I'm like, I think that's good to be that pursuant of your dreams, but I feel like Jinxie is also, I don't want to say don't do that because obviously it worked for him and I think it could work for anybody, but I think you should always have a backup. You know what I mean? Like my take, whenever I hear somebody that's like, yeah, dude, just quit my job. I'm going to start up stream, making my account today. Huh? Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to pay rent next month. Maybe I'll fucking spark up some viewers. Huh? Quitting your job you've never even streamed before? Like, that's crazy. I think, like, you kind of want to, like, slowly pick up one, drop the other, and then transition to social media. I think he's also in a different position where he had, like, a year to try this out. But, you know, I always get worried for people because I don't want them to, like, not make it and then be in a slump. But then it's also, like, you know, I think putting all your eggs in one basket can go really good or really bad.
A top 1% streamer on Twitch, you really had to chase the biggest titles. And at that time, that game was Fortnite.
It's called Fortnite. It's free.
A new season rolled out. You had to be the first to show the viewers what was new. Be the first to find the bugs, the Easter eggs, to play the games in ways no one else was. And that's how you'd stand out.
Yo, we need that, my man. Hold on, chat. We need that.
But first, a quick word from our sponsor.
I'm going to have the take that I think being a personality on Twitch was easier in like 2018 than it is now. I think the competitive space now is a lot harder. There's more viewers to go around, which is an understandable counterpoint. But I think a lot of big streamers then played one game. It was rare. I think most streamers now are variety streamers. Most big streamers. They do a lot of shit. They play games. They do regular content. They plan things. It's like even somebody like Queso, who just plays video games most of the time, is playing so many different games. Like, it was so common in 2018 for like 85% of the streamers you watch to either play only Call of Duty, only Apex, only Fortnite, only fucking Overwatch, only League of Legends, only whatever. Like, they never did anything else. It was just gamers, and they only played one game. And that's what you watch them for. Vanoss, YouTuber.
During today's video, and let's get back to it. But when Jinxie was faced with this playbook, he ignored it. Instead, he went all in on Rainbow Six Siege.
Dude, Siege is the greatest game on planet Earth.
Siege at the time was practically on life support. I mean, Rainbow Six was barely scraping past 80,000 average viewers on a good month. And when you compare it to Fortnite's 78.3 million active users each month, it becomes pretty clear. Siege was the wrong game to bet on.
Imagine not playing Rainbow Six Siege.
And yet, Jinxie stuck with it, because even with all its flaws, Siege was different.
My bet was on Knockout City when I started streaming. That didn't go as planned. That game doesn't exist anymore.
Strategize in ways that no other mainstream game did. But choosing such an unpopular game came at a price.
I'm 19, I'm pursuing a career in becoming a full-time Twitch streamer, full-time YouTuber.
By ignoring the industry's biggest titles, Jinxie made his uphill battle even steeper. On a platform already stacked against smaller streamers, he was cutting himself off from the easiest route to visibility, and
I highly disagree. Highly disagree. I think him going into Rainbow Six was an odd choice for sure. But trying to get into streaming and getting into streaming in the most popular gaming category is a hit or miss because you're entering the most competitive space. Jinxie entering Rainbow as early as he did enabled him to climb better in that category, right? So if people liked Rainbow, they would like Jinxie. If you like Fortnite, you would watch Ninja or Tfue or like any other, famous streamer of that game at that time
seemed to care about.
We stream every day, most consistent Siege streamer there is, every single day.
For a year straight, Jinxie streamed Rainbow Six gameplay to an average viewership of just 5. And at times, it pushed him to the brink.
If I could just get one follower a day, I would be happy.
With so few people watching and stagnant growth, he seriously considered walking away from streaming altogether.
My friends, my teachers, guidance counselor just said like, oh, you're wasting your time. You're not going to be a streamer. It's a...
Yeah, and then you go up to them and you fucking hit a fat money spread up the arm. Jinxie makes what his teachers make that were making fun of him in 8 hours. In what they make in a year. Like, their yearly salary, Jinxie's making in less than a day. And those motherfuckers are clowning on him. Like, I think that's a different thing. Teachers, I think, should be obviously directive in a sense of, like, hey, I think this is how I can help. And they're fucking filming from, like, 8 trees away, just like this. And they're like, all right, they're meeting for the first time. They walk up, they're butt-ass naked. And they're clearly trying to not look at each other's genitals. And so they walk up to each other and they're like, hey, what did you bring? Oh, I brought flint and steel as my item. Oh, that's awesome.
These old shows are still dominating streaming services today. In 2022,
And then, dude, the one episode of Naked and Afraid that I fucking loved, that it will always stay in my mind. It was they were in like the jungle somewhere. I don't know what country they were in because they always make you go into a different place. There was this man and a woman. And like 3 days in, he's like, I don't need to boil the water. This is fresh running water. He fucking drinks right out of it. And he's like, flash cut 10 minutes. He's laying in like their shelter like this. He contracted some fucking virus in the water. He had to get airlifted out. He lived. I would not be joking about it if he died. He got airlifted out, and then it like flashed back, and she was like, I told him not to drink that water. She was like, I told him not to drink. There was amoebas in that shit.
Seinfeld racked up 19.3 billion viewing minutes on Netflix, making it the 10th most watched show of that year. Compare that to one of their most popular originals, Wednesday, which was everywhere in 2022. Viral on TikTok, Jenna Ortega was launched into A-list fame. It was damn near a monoculture moment, yet it still drew fewer minutes than Seinfeld, a 30-year-old sitcom. Shows like The Umbrella Academy and The Rings of Power pulled in about half the audience of Seinfeld.
No, but it's like, I feel, I know on cable TV, there was a lot of shows that you didn't watch, but because it was like prime time slots, whenever you tuned in, you would recognize the names of the shows, even if you didn't watch them. Now, when you scroll on any streaming service library, not just Netflix, I feel like 1 in 10 shows you recognize. The other ones just look like all duplicates of themselves. In like medieval times or like the 1900s, it's always like a man just like on Acorn TV, some guy just like fixing his tie. The cut or the thumbnail of the show. The Griswold. And he'll be just standing like this, and it's like, they have 15 seasons of that show. Who the fuck is watching that?
Cable forced networks to compete for your attention in a way.
Somebody is. I feel like I would love if they released the watching. Do they do that anymore or no? I feel like there was a time where they had to or for some reason. I wish Netflix would release stats on like how well or not well shows performed. Because I guarantee you there are probably like 10 to 20 shows on Netflix that actually get hundreds of views. Like, that's it.
That streaming doesn't. And to take that one step further, today
full flops.
Shows and movies are literally designed knowing that people are not all the way paying attention to them. Netflix has leaned into what's called the second screen era, where they assume that most viewers are watching TV while scrolling their phones, cooking, or doing laundry. Hollywood writer, director, and producer Justine Bateman said, "I've heard from showrunners who are given notes from the streamers that this isn't second screen enough," which begs the question, why would someone give all of their attention to something that is only designed to be consumed with half of their attention? According to reports, Netflix execs are urging screenwriters to have characters announce their actions out loud so that viewers can follow along.
I am going on a run now. Yeah, no. Hello, everybody bloody good. Brooks did my makeup in like 10 minutes. I am supposed to be a dead possum. That is my Halloween outfit for this stream. What are we rating the fit? I'm probably going to sweat my fucking ass off in this shit. They also give me these little like claws. Rawr. It's so hot. Okay. We're about to hop into the short horror films, but I do want to watch this Papa Meat video first. Most haunted places in the world.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? Tune in, sit and die, because today we're going to be talking about the most haunted places in the entire world.
How do they determine what's haunted and not? Like, what level of haunted something is? Is that just off of personal accounts? Like 100 people said they got, mauled by a ghost in here. So that means it's more haunted than somewhere else. The number of ghosts. Yeah, no shit. But it's like, that has to be off of personal accounts. From the Phasmophobia EMF reader. Oh, really? They just go into each place. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, yeah, no, that's really fucking haunted. All right. That's number one for sure.
We've done America. There might be more things to talk about in America because they are a part of the world.
I would get that. Without explanation, I would understand you saying the Paris catacombs are the most haunted area in the world because there's actually 3 million dead bodies down there. That makes sense to me. You walk in the Paris catacombs, the walls are human bones. So I understand you going, yeah, this place is probably pretty fucking haunted. But then some random shore house in Delaware, it's like, yeah, this place, somebody died here, in the 1800s. This place is really fucking haunted. Like, I need to hear some shit where it's like, this place is so haunted, anytime anybody enters this area, they die.
But today we're going worldwide, baby, because October is the scariest time of the year. And what better way to get into Halloween spirit than exploring some of the strangest and most terrifying places?
Also self-explanatory, understandable. I'm asking a bit a kind of stupid question now. I think I answered that shit myself by just pressing play on the video. Yes, there's no, like, I guess, analytical difference between the two places that are less or more haunted than one or the other. But I would much rather stay in this, whatever this fucking room is for a night, than, like, a house.
The strangest and most terrifying places known to man. In the past, we've explored the scariest places across the United States, but now it's time to branch out and discover what the rest of the world has to offer, which no one is as old as the United States, so I doubt it's any. From the cold and mysterious castles found in Europe to the haunted temples in Asia to the cursed tombs of Africa, there truly isn't anywhere on the planet that the dead...
Understanding a tomb being cursed. Oh, awakening, basically digging up a dead body, probably not a great play. I would understand somebody saying that's haunted.
Don't inhabit. The ghosts, they go everywhere.
Even underground?
They might be underground. So get ready as we cover some insane or unique haunts that are sure to cause a scare. The first stop on our journey takes us across the pond over to the UK, where one of the most haunted places in the world is set to reside. Though you wouldn't think.
Oh my god, the most haunted place in the world in the UK is just a Tesco. Oh, well, actually, the most haunted place in the world is actually on 5th Street. It's an old pizzeria, one of the first in the UK.
Think at first glance, the Tower of London has terrorized people for centuries.
Bro, I re-looked at my 23andMe results, and they changed my shit. I'm like 42% English. I was like 42% French and German, 30% Italian, 10% British, 10% Ashkenazi Jew. Now, I'm 37%. I'm 37% English, 37% Italian, 10% or 20% German. You're Jewish? I'm percentage Jewish. I have a lineage of Ashkenazi Jewish people in my family. Dude, they changed my results. So like 30% of my ancestry is from fucking the UK. How upsetting. No, I'm kidding. Have you ever left money in your Cash App account wishing you could spend it directly from the account rather than having to transfer it? Well, the Cash App debit card is for you. The Cash App debit card, customizable, by the way, has 0 hidden fees, no monthly charges, or minimum balance requirements. The Cash App debit card also gives you exclusive discounts on everyday things that you buy: coffee, video games, food delivery, and more. If you're a fan of concerts and music, you also get exclusive pre-sale access to many of your favorite artists, including Kendrick Lamar, SZA, Sabrina Carpenter, Drake, and more. For a limited time only, new Cash App customers over the age of 18 can earn $10 if they use code CASH10 in their profile at sign up, as well as send $5 to a friend or more in the first 14 days. If you're 13 to 17, request a parent or guardian sponsored account and use promo code CASH10 at sign up and get $10 dropped into your account when you order and activate a Cash App card, and send $5 or more to a friend within the first 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App, thank you for sponsoring this video. Let's get back into it.
They built in 1078. What?
It's old.
God damn.
What was built in 1078? The haunted castle? Oh, no, that looks haunted. Any, like, old king's castle made of stone, and it's cold, and there's, like, a weird breeze that bustles through the windows at night, like, that's haunted, for sure. Fine.
God damn, give the motherfucker facelift. Have they touched it since then? Surely they had. Okay. The Tower of London has housed both royalty and some of the most...
Last refurbished in 2025. I was bored one day, and I was looking at castles you could stay in the UK and Europe in general, and what really upset me was all of the castles on the inside were like modern-day homes. I don't know what part of me thought that Airbnb would let you list a castle with like a fucking stone bed, or like... I truly thought the inside of a castle, like if I rented a castle out, I didn't think the inside would be like heat insulated. I thought it would be like stone walls. You walk on the inside, it's just stone. It's a castle. You're staying in a castle, because that's what I would want, personally. If I rented out a castle to stay in a castle, I don't want the inside of the castle to feel like I'm in a fucking New York City high-rise apartment. I want to feel like I'm in the 12th century, and and there's no AC, and there's kind of like rats or bugs that kind of crawl in at night. I want the authentic experience.
The Tower of London has housed both royalty and some of the most notorious criminals in the UK's history. The 18-acre half prison, half palace is situated on the River Thames in central London and was a functioning prison up until 1952, when it closed its doors and reopened as a tourist attraction. I don't really know if I like the idea of I'm royalty and I live here. Also, there's prisoners in the same building as me.
Yeah, that seems unsafe. Maybe they enjoyed having prisoners.
Yeah, royalty's white noise for sleeping wasn't just like monkeys and jungle music. It was like
literal prisoners screaming. They're getting tortured by the rats. Dude, they had that in the underside of castles. They would just like chain you to a wall with a bunch of rats, and eventually you would just starve to death slowly, and then they would eat you alive. So you're falling asleep. You know, you're king blank and blank from the 10th century. Me. Ah! Ah! Please! I didn't mean it! And that's just like in the background. I mean, you know, I don't know how well sound travels through stone, but I would assume you'd probably hear some of it.
Many of the royal residents who ruled over the UK had received exotic animals as gifts and stored them in that tower. This ranged from monkeys to lions, and in one instance, a polar bear. And in 1250...
Damn, dude, getting gifted a polar bear. In the UK, where was the nearest polar bear to the UK in the year 1200? Like the Nordic regions? That's badass. I'm wondering how they transported that. How do you capture a polar bear in the year 1200? Before you had, like, knockout darts, how the fuck did you trap an alive polar bear? A wooden box. What, like some Looney Tunes cartoon, you lure it and just go, huh, and then the box falls on top of it? I'm saying, no, I'm not worried about how you transport it. No shit, yeah, you put it on the back of a horse carriage and fucking pull it. How do you get the bear in there without killing it? Let me bang that. Box traps, they were lured into a large box trap, like with bait. So it literally was like what you would do with like modern day like gophers or raccoons.
Received a white bear from the King of Norway and housed it in the Tower of London Menagerie, where it lived out its days swimming in the river and eating fish. I still don't think that's probably a good time for it. a big white bear, he play in the grey water, eat our trash fish in the grey water. Now he turns into a black bear. He used to be white. It was grey. However, several witnesses claim to have seen a ghostly white bear wandering the complex.
Okay, bro, the soul. I thought you were going to say this shit was haunted because of the fucking, like, scary things that happened in it. They have a tower in London where people claim to see the dead polar bear from the year 1200.
Whoa, haunted bear.
I really didn't even think about animals haunting.
I didn't know they could haunt.
I thought animals didn't have souls.
Maybe this bear was reincarnated, or the person was reincarnated as a bear, and then, died, and now it's ghost haunts.
Would you rather be haunted by a bear or a man?
I feel like a bear.
I'd rather be haunted by a bear for sure. Because it's still going to have the mind of a bear. So, what's it going to do? You're going to get jump scared every once in a while. After some point, it's probably going to start liking you, you know? I'd be like, bro, chill out.
In 1816, a night guard heard strange sounds coming from the jewel room and decided to investigate. He definitely wasn't stealing. Did you guys hear that? When he opened the door, he saw a large white bear standing in the darkness. What the fuck was the bear doing there? Shocked by this, he thrust his bayonet at the beast, only for it to pass through and stab the wall behind it. Oh. The guard was later found in a state of shock and taken to the guard's barracks, where he was inspected. The head guard found no signs of intoxication, all while the guard was silently mumbling about what he had seen.
See, bro, do you think the guard knew about the bear previously? Because I will say that is very weird. If the guard had known about the story, I would assume he was seeing things. But if the guard had no clue and just happened to see a white polar bear in a UK castle...
What do you think it really was? He obviously went in there to steal jewels.
Yeah.
What if it was like just a large fat man?
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah, and then you mistake it for a bear? The guy comes up later. He's like looking at him in the hospital room. What's wrong with him?
Yeah.
Not long after the incident, the guard went completely insane and died from shock. I bet you that was probably...
What? What? Right after he fucking went insane and died? I thought it was going to be like, oh, he just moved on, retired from it because it freaked him out. He fucking lost his mind and died. I feel like he already had to be insane. You got to think, bro, what is the psychiatrist, the psychological examiner in the year 1800? So what do you see, my boy? There was a polar bear. I tried to thrust my sword into it, but it disappeared. And what would you say your mental condition is? I'm perfectly sane. Everybody's always been saying I've been crazy since I was a young lad, but I've always seen these polar bears, and every time I try to stab them, they disappear. I think he's okay. I think he might be okay. I think this place might actually be haunted. Nothing might be wrong with him.
Around the same time, Edmund Linthal Swift, who would find the frightened guardsman, also had a scare of his own. One night, Edmund brought his family to Anne Boleyn's room in the Martin Tower, where she had been held before her execution. And after closing all the blinds and locking the doors, the family saw a pill-shaped apparition form in the middle of the room. A pale white phantom traveled to each person, sitting at the table in the middle of the room before stopping above Edmund's wife. Before she could move, the pill shot down onto her shoulder, forcing her to crouch in pain and yell, "Ow!"
Shot down onto her shoulder, just rips her fucking right arm off. Oh my god! Oh my god! Just say what? Like a guy from that era in time trying to react to that.
Christ, it has seized me!
As soon as she yelled, Edmund grabbed a chair and threw it at his wife.
Threw it at his wife, knocks her out cold.
She's like, I think I have shoulder pain, causing the ghost to disappear. Oh my.
I don't know. This kind of seems like a spousal abuse story that's kind of clouded in a... I swear I didn't just throw a chair at her. There was a ghost! A pill-shaped ghost! It's Anne Boleyn's room! She was about to get executed. I had to throw the chair at her.
To this day, it is known as the Phantom Lava Lamp and is said to haunt that very room. I don't like that. That scares me. I also don't, you know what it is?
I feel like it doesn't scare me. I feel like it being a weird orb of energy would be less scary than like a figurine. If I was in that room and I saw like a fucking Matrix pill of white light just morphing around, I'd be like, I don't think I would be scared. I'd be more intrigued, no? That would be something you'd investigate. Like, if you were in the woods at night and you saw, like, an apparition of a man walking around, your ass is beelining it the opposite direction. But if I saw an orb of white light... Can we stop with that shit? What do you mean? Stop. Can we... If I saw an orb of white light, bro, I would be like... Oh, let me go check that out. Oh, the lava lamp is the orb? What are y'all doing if it just started floating? It floats towards me to my right shoulder, just fucking cuts it clean off. I go, oh! Oh!
King Henry VIII is responsible for many of the ghosts found at the tower, so it's no surprise to see him lurking around. In 1890, a sentry guard was doing his round when he heard someone call his name, where he turned around and he saw a bloated face of King Henry. He claimed that Henry's face was...
King Henry's bloated face? Oh, well, you know, actually, the system many people use in the United States for measurement is off of my own foot. It may have been overestimated slightly to make my feet seem quite bigger because, you know, a lot of people relate feet to another part of the human body, but nevertheless... It is based off of myself.
Deep red and drooling at the mouth. After calling his name, the spirit chased the guard down the hallway before it soon disappeared. Anne Boleyn was the second wife of King Henry and was charged with incest and adultery after...
Anne Boleyn, I've heard her name before, but I didn't know who she was. She was executed as King Henry's wife. It wasn't that like a get around for him because he wanted to keep remarrying or something? Isn't that why he also started another church of his own? That's King Henry, right? King Henry, like, kept wanting to get annulments, and eventually the priests were like, hey, man, you can't keep just divorcing your wives. You can't, that's a no-go. And he's like, oh, really? Well, I'll just start my own thing in it. And then that's what he did.
She was beheaded for her crimes and has been seen walking around with her head in her hands. Just down the road from the Tower of London is the world's most haunted pub called
her head in her hands. She was walking with her head in her hands, or her hands holding her head.
haunted pub called the Grenadier. It was built in the 1720s as a barracks for soldiers, and it wasn't until a century later that the building was converted into a bar. And shortly after it was converted, a soldier named Cedric was beaten to death in the basement after getting caught cheating during a card game.
They beat him to death for cheating in a fucking card game.
Fair. It's just so funny back in the day, like, he cheated at this game. All right, let's kill him.
Do you think he was just doing really good
and they just claimed that he was cheating? Oh my God. No, they were all playing like poker together and he just kept getting pocket aces. He must be cheating. I swear it's just a crazy stroke of luck, guys. You gotta believe me. Why don't we take him downstairs? Show him the real one, too, innit? We'll show him what a real ace of spades is. And then they just beat him to death.
I have a sneaking suspicion he's like, I hate to say it, but it's a full house again. All right, boys. You know what I mean? Like, since then, it is said that his spirit haunts the pub and torments guests. On more than one occasion, people have witnessed a cigarette being smoked by itself. And one person even claimed...
That's freaky. Like, literally just a cigarette standing in the... It's just, like, floating in the corner.
...to have been burned by an invisible cigarette, which is kind of fun. I like this because he's a ghost and he's smoking real cigarettes. And then he is also like, you know what? You know what? Fuck you. Put that in your neck.
Yeah, also I like how that is definitely just some guy, other soldiers fucking with each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just flicking. Yeah.
Oh, just burning each other and then saying it was a ghost.
People are probably so gullible, too. They're like, I got burned by a ghost. Instead of, like, looking around and being like, did you burn me? I bet you that...
Oh, my God. Yeah, it's a pub. Everybody's drunk. You already know the story about the guy that got beat to death, and then you're just smoking a cigarette. You go around your friend's neck and just go, tss. Oh! Was that you? No, it wasn't. Oh, my God. I swear I just got burned by a cigarette. Was it floating? Yeah, so it's just like a bit. And then everybody falls for it.
Other patrons have claimed to have seen a spectral soldier in mirrors and photos taken in the bar. Cedric is also known to create cold spots, rearrange furniture, and cause people to feel depressed.
Bro, I hate the idea of a cold spot. You're under the AC vent. You're under the AC vent. That's what it is. Ah. Oh my God, it's getting a bit chilly in here. Oh. We don't have AC in the UK nor vents? Huh? There's no AC. What? We don't have AC. Let me bing that. Fewer than 5% of homes have AC in the UK. What? Most UK homes are designed to retain heat and people rely on fans or AC units to cool down. Bro, it doesn't get hot as shit. You guys don't have... Do you have heating units? Like, is there heaters? The climate's different. Bro. But I never thought the UK doesn't have AC. Most homes have a central heating system, but not AC. Oh my God. How hot do the homes get? How hot are the homes in the UK in the summer? They average 14 to 28 degrees Celsius. Brother, freedom units, please. That's 57. What's 28? To 82? 82? Oh my God. I gotta ask Small Fries about this next time I stream with him. 82? Brother, in the summer, if it was 82 degrees, oh my God. Yeah, but you have fans. So maybe, but like, bro, that's crazy. So maybe the cold spot thing isn't fake.
Of being watched. These are all extremely common things, I feel like, in a bar. Oh, I kind of feel a bit sad. So they're chugging on beer the whole night. Oh my God. Who's watching me?
Yeah, it's a packed room.
Yeah. Are you looking at me? I feel like I'm being watched. Also, like, probably, like, just smell like shit. Just a total slosh. People are looking at me, ain't they? To appease the angry soldier customers, people stick money into the ceiling to cover his tab so he can continue his drink in the afterlife, which is kind of fun. See, I like little bits like that.
That is fun. That's really fun. Sticking $1, sticking a $5 to the fucking ceiling.
Yeah.
Every time I go,
write a little message. I love bars that do that. Those are my favorite types of bars. Dive bars that have, like, the fake IDs just fucking stapled to the ceiling. All the fake IDs they confiscated stapled to the ceiling, and then there's dollar bills lining the bar that are just, like, fucking nailed to the wall. Bro, those are the best. And there's graffiti on the mirror so you can't even look at yourself in the bathroom.
The next stop on our journey takes us south to the Mediterranean, where the most haunted island in the world is located. Poveglia.
I think that's...
Bro, I feel like we watched a vlog of somebody
catching a ride home.
Wow, and they just hang out with humans. Do you think they perceive the humans as different from themselves? I always wonder that about, like, apes. Like, if you lived with a bunch of gorillas, would they be like, this guy's weird? Or would they see you as one of them? Like, obviously, like, a cat would see you as different. But, like, if you're, like, a lot of apes are very similar to humans. Would they just be like, that's a big human? And he's kind of pale.
Up there is a monkey gathering coconuts. It's been going on for more than 400 years. God.
They've been doing this shit since the 1600s. Who was the first motherfucker to try and teach a monkey to grab a coconut? Wow.
It's just shredding through that tree in absolute seconds.
You think he...
I will say this is the most impressive thing that I've seen in 2026.
Very gentle while he's doing that. He just, like, moving his hands like that. Not even...
We are only 9 days in.
Shouting or anything.
Right, the monkey just doing what it does.
Yeah. He said, like, the monkeys already know what to do, but he also, like, helped to guide a little bit too, so...
Like, this seems to be far more working monkeys than the ones that we saw getting trained up. They don't have to sort of yell at them that much.
Andrew Fraser gets knocked out by falling coconut. Wow, these monkeys really are very fascinating. Oh! Just fucking one bonks him right on the head. Unripe, too. Just a hard green coconut. There's got to be, in the 400 years of them doing this, there has to be a colorblind monkey that really sucks at this and just fails out of the coconut school.
And these two are big adult males. They make the apprentice monkeys look like they're on training wheels. They're huge, strong, and they just blitz through trees.
Oh, these are like they're not even adults. These are like teenage monkeys.
Strong, and they just blitz through trees. Can you ask him if he's ever been hit by a coconut?
Yeah, sometimes. Oh, just sometimes when they hit the tree and then, like, you know, just hit him too, sometimes. But that is it. Like, you have to be very cautious. You have to fall.
Would that shit kill you? I know people die from falling coconuts every year, but like if that monkey threw the coconut and it like hit you in the head, would you just die on the spot? I feel like you wouldn't die. Even if it's like 50 feet. I mean, how heavy is the coconut?
We're told pretty bluntly that the meaner the monkey, the better they are for harvesting. And honestly, I can see why. These guys move at an absurd pace. You're filming below, and it's just non-stop thud of coconuts hitting around you.
Like his monkey.
I don't know. I wonder, like, do you think they find it fun?
They are very well trained, right? So one monkey can harvest about 1,000 coconuts a day.
1,000 a day? Nah, they're making this motherfucker work a 9 to 5. 1,000 a day. I mean, a tree probably has like 30. Or like at least 10. So they're doing like 100 trees. That probably doesn't take them 8 hours if they're quick.
It is wild. They don't even really seem to come down. They just jump from tree to tree. They do kind of just take breaks up there every now and then, think about which one they want to knock down. But
yeah, hit a fire. They just start jerking off. Just a quick smoke break up at the top. Bro, they do that. Have you ever seen the videos? Bro, no, monkeys do that shit. I swear to God. Dude, okay, don't look it up. But you know he's up there, bro. Guy's like, come on, man. You haven't fucking it. Oh, why is it raining?
And as we drive around the area, we run into harvester after harvester. These little Honda bikes with a sidecar for coconuts. And you pull up and you see the monkeys just hanging out in the trees and collecting the coconuts.
So again, guys, similar kind of setup. A couple of these trikes. Big boy monkeys, males. Mainly, apparently females and males can do this job, but the males seem to be the choice selection. They're rocking.
Holy fuck! That one of them grabbed that many in that amount of time? Dude, that's like 100.
Until midday, it is getting hot right now, so I bet they're about to take a break and just look at all those coconuts. Like, that is thousands of coconuts these guys have cleared out.
All right, I don't know about thousands, Andrew. I think we might need to take a class on counting. I'd go maybe 120.
There's monkeys working all around this area, and it does seem to be a pretty much thriving community of them.
Oh la la.
Every time it's a big adult male.
Yo, that one does look bulky as fuck, you know what I mean? He's kind of like that hippo from Madagascar.
He's a big one, huh?
I feel like he'd walk out some hardcore. Oh, God, their buttholes are always just out, bro. Damn. Why are you staring? I don't know. It's the entire backside of the monkey, bro. Now you're making me rewind to go look at its butthole, dude. What the fuck? Yo, like that shit. Stop. I'm moving forward.
These coconut trees is like about 100 years old plus.
Wow.
Because
They're
this
that
area
old?
is like, it's not modern farming. So you can see that it's not like in the same line, just like other provinces that we drove past, right? So you can see like, this is not very well organized because it's like nature.
Right.
In the West, we have a long tradition of working animals. Herding dogs, cattle dogs, horses pulling loads and racing, falcons used for hunting. And we don't see those really as shocking. We see it as kind of normal, charming even, as tradition.
Yeah. No, it really is like the same. It is the same thing.
And we don't see those really as shocking. We see it as kind of normal, charming even, as tradition. And the difference seems pretty simple. Dogs are working animals to us. Monkeys in our minds are supposed to be wild, supposed to belong in the jungle. But here in
because we've never lived around them, but if you're around them all the time, you'd be like, oh, that's normal.
southern Thailand, that distinction doesn't really exist. For generations, people have raised monkeys to work alongside them. This practice goes back well over 100 years. And today, by law...
Holy fuck! Talk about a Fast and Furious jump. I mean, he was confident in that.
This
wow!
practice goes back well over 100
I would not have done that.
years.
Holy shit, dude. That was like a... What if that shit snapped?
And today, by law, the monkeys are bred in captivity. They're raised from young, treated like family. One handler told me his monkey sleeps in his house with him. They don't describe this as labor, but as skill. Something to be respected, to take pride in. They even compete to see whose monkey is the best.
How long has he done?
No fucking way. They have dude, this is just like a dog competition. Like where you have dogs just like see how far they can jump into a pool. Or like they go through those obstacle courses.
Guys, I've got to admit, I sort of came here thinking that I would come away with a very, very negative perception of this. And hasn't been the case at all. Like, when you talk to these guys, they insist that they treat these things like they're their babies. They sleep with them, they're not kept in cages, they're out there in the coconuts, and
I don't know, man. It really ruined the dynamic if I walked into my monkey jerking off. I think that would be an immediate vibe killer. It's like when your dog humps you. It's just like, ugh, no. Dude, that's a top 5. That's got to be like a top 5, top 3 most awkward thing everybody experiences is going over one of your friend's house and they have a male dog that just starts fucking humping your leg, dude. And you're like trying to walk away and it just fucking grabs onto you, dude. It's like a wrestler just fucking hunkering down on your leg, man. It sucks. And you're just sitting there like, ugh, no. I ain't doing that shit, bro. I'm gonna scream at that dog. If a dog starts humping me, I'm going, no!
seems like a pretty symbiotic relationship between the handlers, the monkeys. It's been a tradition.
Joe's dealt with a hard banana. Yeah, then they get a red rocket. Oh, God, dude, that shit's fucking disgusting.
Here for up to 400 years. It provides livelihoods for the locals. I think there's something kind of compelling about it. And when you read online, you hear the negative sides of these stories. You're told that these monkeys are ripped away from their mothers as babies so that they're easier to train. People are uncomfortable with a wild animal being used for sort of labor. And I can't verify, a lot of the monkeys here supposedly are now bred in captivity.
I think that's the distinguishing factor, is if this has been like, if they're taking them from the wild and training them, that's different than if they've been bred for 300-400 years to be monkeys that work like and live side by side with humans, you know, because then they're starting to like distinguish themselves from wild apes.
But at the very least, I think it's more ambiguous than it is being portrayed as by some of the people out there on the internet.
There is also a practical reality as well. These coconut groves are ancient. Some of these trees are several hundred years old and they stretch as far as you can see. There are hundreds of
Oh, wow, this doesn't even look real.
thousands of
These are all coconut trees?
acres of ancient coconut grove in Surat Thani. It is the entire ecosystem.
Is it still common for people to use these monkeys to harvest the coconuts, or is it something that's kind of dying out?
Yeah, he said
At some point, there's going to be a machine that'll do it.
it's still pretty common around here.
And without trained monkeys, well, the alternative would be to cut them down. Replace these ecosystems with the tiny micro trees that are springing.
Oh, see, that's what I've seen. I've never actually been, like, I've never been to Asia, but I've been to, like, the Caribbean where there's coconut trees, and they're always, like, what, like 15, 20 feet? Like, I've never seen a coconut tree this high.
Replace these ecosystems with the tiny micro trees that are springing up everywhere else. And I think that's where things get kind of complicated.
They only can use the monkey in this area, cannot go other area. They'll get arrested by the police.
Really?
Yeah, because because of the, 2 or 3 years ago of the news, like the trading between Thai and the US, I think. Yeah, they're strictly forcing the laws.
Crazy, huh? So they're really cracking down on this way of life.
Yes, and it's like just not.
The monkeys get arrested or the people? Sewer water, take a guess. Take a guess. Sewer water, gun to your head. Do you think the human's going to get arrested for leaving the area and harvesting coconuts, or the monkey?
Look, I get it. Monkeys are incredibly intelligent animals. It can suck to see them on a leash. Watching them work, it can make us feel uncomfortable. But is this really so different from dogs and horses and falconry? Or is it just something that's not that familiar to us? It starts to feel like this double standard. Like animal labor is acceptable when it fits our Western traditions, but when it doesn't, then it's abuse.
These babies should...
Well, the weirdest thing about horse races is they're really fucking... Horses are, like, driven to the fucking brink, bro. And they're young. Like, when you see those horse racers, the only thing is, like, they have to work that hard for the first 2 years of their life. And to my knowledge, I don't even think the owners of those horses make that much money from the racing itself. Obviously, they're betting. But the money maker is when that horse is done, they just sell that horse to fuck for like 10 years.
Be cradled by their mothers, but they're prisoners.
The statement is by PETA, and normally I don't go with stuff that PETA says.
And in the end, this debate, I don't think it's going to matter for that much longer anyway. The new laws are already being put in place. It feels like Thailand.
Dude, that's the problem with PETA too, is like they'll have things that aren't crazy, but like PETA gets clowned on so hard because they take offense to everything. Somebody said I missed the old PETA. That's what I'm saying. It's like what they stand for isn't bad, but it's like PETA will be commenting about shit that's like not bad a lot of the time. And so then people just clown on them.
And is ready to move on. And the old groves, they're beginning to disappear also. Bit by bit, they're getting replaced with those short, stumpy trees. Something that can be easily harvested by a machine, benefiting from the new economics.
You see these short-ass coconut trees? These are the sort of modern plantations. They don't grow high at all, and you can just pick them right away.
Yeah, humans just pick them.
And so if you feel uncomfortable...
I will say, I think, I didn't know this existed where they could just have micro trees. I feel like they should just do this, but I do understand there's literally like thousands of acres of land of these tall ass trees.
About this at all. Let me just reassure you that I think this is a tradition and a practice that is going to just naturally die out. Anyway, fortunately,
it's going to naturally die out because it is just less efficient. Like, it makes more sense long term to just have fields of smaller trees that you could just have a human pick them or a machine even come by.
or unfortunately, depending upon the way you look at it, this is the future. It's just so much easier. So I guess I'm just happy I get to document this whilst it still hangs around.
Wow, what a fun fucking video to watch. Fucked up in the beginning, too. More questionable near the end, but... what seems to be a reliable and good way to harvest will be replaced by diesel-burning machines. Makes sense to this day and age. While the monkeys untying the knots this day is really insane. No, that was the craziest part. Like, that was the most impressive thing. Was its capability to untie and crawl through knots to be able to, like, untangle itself. Next, video chat. Lock in.
He has to report this.
Oh my god. Dude, having to rat on your own family, they'll die. Holy shit. Like, I was thinking it in the sense of, like, oh, you just see some guy at, like, your work doing that. Like, your own you would have to fucking snitch on your own family. And because, and it's not even snitch on them and, like, oh, they'll just get punished. No, they're gonna get shot in the head in front of you. And then you'll be, like, not even really rewarded. It's just like, okay, you're not gonna die.
He goes to a nearby dorm room and wakes a friend to ask for advice. The friend urges Shin to tell the guards. They go to the school's night guard on duty and report the escape plot.
Wow.
Shin also signs a false police statement, claiming he saw his mother and brother commit murder. This piece of evidence ultimately leads to an execution order.
Wait, so they had to fucking... wait, what? So they have to fake that they committed a crime so they could kill him? I thought they were just able to kill him for conspiracy to run.
The guards take Shin to an execution site next to the Taedong River.
Why are they taking him there? I wouldn't want to go see that.
A crowd has gathered to watch. They drag out his mother and his brother. They're killed in front of Shin's eyes. In 1996, Kim Young is transferred to Camp 18. To him, this place feels like heaven. The labor conditions are slightly better, and to his surprise, he reunites with his 70-year-old mother, who is also a prisoner here. But the violence and abuse
70-year-old mother, I thought his mom just died.
Don't stop. One day, he has to witness how guards beat up his mother and force her to do manual labor. His mother is certain they will both...
oh, other guy. We keep bouncing back between people. Sorry, this is the dude that used to be a high-ranking military official.
labor. His mother is certain they will both die in the camp. Even though it means risking his life, she urges Kim to leave her behind and escape. Escaping from a North Korean death camp is almost impossible.
You know, these are highly protected facilities. You're talking barbed wire, walls, armed guards, intersecting lines of fire.
Well, it's not even just that. You're also extremely you're experiencing extreme malnutrition. And so you're weak. You know, you can't run. You can't you're not going to be able to scale a fence very easily. You have no muscle.
We're talking machine guns. Very, very difficult to escape. I mean, it's, difficult to escape a detention facility in any civilized country. Imagine North Korea.
Kim Young quietly studies his surroundings. He observes, waits, and starts thinking. He lays out multiple escape plans, but none of them seem doable to him. Another hard day of work. The prisoners are loading coal onto a train. Suddenly, they spot something. Grain scattered across the bottom of a train car. It must have transported food before. The scene explodes into chaos. Prisoners drop everything, desperately looking for the tiniest speck of food.
What, are they gonna eat it right there?
The guards start shouting, but no one listens. Kim discovers a narrow space beneath a metal panel in the floor of a coal wagon. He squeezes inside, and as the train rumbles out of Camp 18, he rides with it.
No way.
Hours later,
He got out because people were staring at grain from, so he didn't even plan this escape. He just like on a whim just tried to get out. Is this based off a true story? This is a true story. This is basically the video version of an actual man's account that escaped North Korea and wrote a book about it.
Later, the train reaches Goan Station at around 4 a.m. We don't know exactly how, but Kim manages to crawl out of his hideout and disappears into the night.
But like, then what the fuck do you do? You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't know if I got out and now you're in, say you're in China. What do you do? Like, do you just go, you gotta go, you get a job? You have no ID. You're not a citizen, right? It's not even just like it's not even like, oh, you're an illegal immigrant. It's like, you're not even on a record. No one knows who you are. Like, I would have to find, you know what I would do? I would go to another, like, say I was in this scenario, I feel like I would try to go to a country I knew was enemies with North Korea, and I would go to I would try my hardest to find what is it called, where they have like their own setup in different countries? What is it called? You know what I'm talking about. Embassy. I would go to like the US Embassy, and I would be like, I'm a North Korea escapee. Like, I would go to some embassy because he was a soldier too, so he knows the countries that are enemies. I would go to the enemy of North Korea and be like, I escaped. Like, please, you don't speak English? I think they're going to put 2 and 2 together. If you are at a U.S. embassy in China and some dude runs in speaking Korean, clearly malnourished, beat to shit, you're probably going to be like, okay, calm down. I'm going to get a translator, right? Even if you don't speak, say you don't speak the language. You know, I feel like there's something that you'd be able to do.
Kim successfully escaped Camp 18.
U.S. embassy, just any embassy that's not in association or partnered with North Korea.
But his path to freedom is still very long. After finding a worker's uniform, he changes clothes.
You want to know what an embassy is? Ooh, that's true. But you can't just walk up to a random guy in China and be like, I'm from North Korea, help me. You're not going to be able to speak to them, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, they're just going to rat on you.
And starts a treacherous journey that will take him many months through China and
oh my God, he had to go all the way to Mongolia
to South Korea, where he'll eventually...
What? He had to make his way all the way to Mongolia so he could catch a flight to South Korea?
Seek asylum. Escaping a prison is one thing. Escaping the country is another. We made a whole video on how to escape North Korea. Link is in the description.
Yeah, we watched that video.
Shin also manages to escape from Camp 18 twice, both times by crawling under a fence. Both times he's recaptured. After a
I'm wondering why he wasn't killed if he was recaptured.
Second attempt, Shin is sent back to Camp 14 and is thrown into a special detention center, a place with only one purpose: torture.
I still have the scars of my torture and the burns. Look at my arms. My arms aren't normal. They are bent and deformed. Before
his arm is like they snapped it.
I was tortured, my arms were straight. When I was tortured, my arms were tied up with a rope and pulled backwards. That made them more and more bent. I'm filled with anger when I stand in front of the mirror and look at my body after a shower.
After 4 weeks of torture, he's thrown into a pitch-black cell. No windows and barely enough space to lie down. There he'll spend the next 6 months. After his release, Shin is thrown back to the general prison population. He has to work in the coal mine, the farm fields, and eventually in a garment factory. This is where he meets Park Young-chul, a man unlike anyone Shin has ever seen. Born into an elite family, Park once held a prestigious job and had seen the world beyond North Korea's borders.
What? So he left North Korea?
By then, Shin already knows he's on the execution list. With Park at his side, he begins planning what will be Shin's third and final escape. Shin and Park are assigned to do some woodwork up in the mountains. along with some prisoners. They're chopping wood near the outer fence. The camp's fence is around 10 feet high.
How many guards do you think they got for, like, a group of people? Because part of me's thinking, like, you could just rush those motherfuckers, you know?
Lined with high-voltage barbed wire.
I feel like, bro, if you got a group of 10 people, they probably got, like, 3 guards. And they're all holding machine guns or rifles.
The next guard tower is a quarter of a mile away. Shin watches.
Some people would die. Yeah, well, realistically, they probably have enough guards to where all of them would die, so they can't revolt. But I'm thinking, like, if you had 2 guards and 10 people, you could realistically try, like, knowing 8 of you are going to die, but, like, 2 of you are going to be able to overpower them and live, and then you just steal their shit.
The patrols. There are long gaps between them where no guard is close enough to spot the 2. The plan is simple. Wait until dusk so that their footprints can't easily be traced in the snow. They slip through the high-voltage wires without touching them.
Risky maneuver.
As the sun sets, Shin and Park move closer to the fence. They hack branches, pretending to stack wood. Nobody notices them. Park hesitates. Shin's heart races. He grabs Park's hand and they run. Shin slips. Park reaches the fence before him. He tries to squeeze his head between the 2 lowest wires and hits one of them. Park's body is not moving. The bottom wire bends under his weight, creating a narrow gap.
Oh my god, and you just leave him. Oh my god, you just leave him.
Shin crawls over Park's body.
You have to.
He is almost past the fence when his legs slip, hitting one of the wires. The voltage tears through him. His pants char. His skin burns from ankle to knee.
It's that fucking high a voltage? Did it kill him?
But somehow he makes it through.
No! Okay.
Park's body lies dead on the fence. Shin runs without looking back.
Oh, because he got hit in the head.
For 2 hours straight until he realizes that he made it. He manages to cross the river to China, and after a journey of almost 2 years, he finally reaches South Korea. These are all the prison camps that are most likely active in North Korea today. According to Greg Scarlatoiu,
Like right now. I know time difference, like it's 7 p. Time difference, what time is it in North Korea? It's 8 a.m. There's people in North Korea right now in camps that are like doing slave labor. Right now. Like right now, there's probably thousands of people that are actively fucking doing crops, cutting wood, being beaten to death. Fuck, man.
the camps are changing, and not for the better. Camps near the border have reportedly been moved further inland, likely to make escape even harder. And some new internal perimeters have appeared, possibly to isolate high-value prisoners.
The third development, in terms of infrastructure, evolution and development, has been the creation of watchtowers and what appears to be intersecting lines of fire around the camps. That would be meant to basically exterminate those who attempt to leave those camps.
For some camps, evidence is even scarcer.
There's one camp that we know very little about, and that's Camp 16, 1-6. That's very close to the Punggye-ri nuclear testing facility. And I have spoken with the South Korean nuclear scientists who said, look, we don't believe that prisoners are used in digging those tunnels for the nuclear tests, but it is very likely that they will be, used and abused while cleaning up after those nuclear tests.
The HR
Oh my God, what? And then they're gonna like die of radiation.
RNK estimates that up to 120,000
people in these camps.
people are currently held in North Korean prison camps. In fact, as a viewer of this video, you might know more about them than most North Koreans ever will.
We have to remember that these people are being tortured and maimed today. They were tortured and maimed yesterday, and the same will happen tomorrow. So, I think it's a matter of moral, ethical, religious, and political obligation to continue to maintain our interest in these issues.
This is Shin today. He gradually adjusted to a life in society and became a public speaker and advocate for human rights in North Korea. In 2015, Shin Dong-hyuk retracted parts of his story and admitted to changing certain key details in Escape from Camp 14. The book's author published a detailed statement outlining every change Shin had made. According to Shin, some memories were simply too painful, and others too shameful to share truthfully at the time. This is
wow. So it's not even like he made it seem worse. He made it seem better than it was. Like one of the edits it showed was that he hated his brother, and so it was easier for him to rat on him.
a common reaction for victims of torture, who often cope by suppressing or distorting their accounts of what really happened. Greg Scarlatoiu and others believe Shin's changes don't alter the fundamental truth of his reports.
Was Shin Dong-hyuk a political prisoner? Yes, 100%. Okay, he spent some time both at Camp 14 and Camp 18, right across the river. Did he witness the execution of his mother and brother? Yes, he did. So the fundamental elements of Shin Dong-hyuk's story did not change.
Shin bears the
Yeah, it's like small little additions to each part of the story.
scars, physical and psychological.
I just don't know how you could physically live a regular life after that. You know what I mean? Like they're very like advocative and they do public speaking work, but it's like always in the back of your mind, you're going to be like, people I knew are in that camp right now. Like, you escaped and now you could live in South Korea, but it's like, you know, there's over 100,000 people that are there still, and they're just never going to get out. Wow. That's a sad video, but I'm glad we watched it. All right, count me down 30 seconds, Sean. I got to piss, then we're going to hop. The horrors of DoorDash.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit down because today we're going to be talking about food delivery drivers. I did some DoorDash this weekend, Nick. That's why we're doing this. Let me tell you, the whole operation, the whole DoorDash, the whole food ordering app industry, it's got to change.
Oh, I love it. I think it's very inefficient and also fucks over the food drivers. But being able to DoorDash or Uber Eats food at any moment is sick. It's overly expensive for sure. Yes. But I don't think that here's where I think it works is if you're ordering a large amount of food. If you're using DoorDash and you're ordering like $60 of food, it's probably worth it. But if you're ordering lunch, you're going to spend as much money on food as you are for it to get delivered. And that's when it's a waste.
For centuries, if you wanted to eat a meal, you either had to go out to a restaurant or cook the goddamn thing yourself. Today, however, you can place an order to a seemingly endless list of restaurants and have it.
Who the f is ordering ice cream on Uber Eats? That shit is showing up fucking liquid. You're going to be drinking that. Me? You've ordered ice cream on fucking Uber Eats? Yeah, then your DoorDash driver hits you with a, Oh, Ron has a couple stops along the way. He'll be there soon. Ron just picked up your milkshake. He'll be there in about 35 minutes. Oh, awesome. It'll be warm.
You can place an order to a seemingly endless list of restaurants and have
You
it
have to refreeze
at
it.
your door without lifting a finger until you have to grab the bag. While many of us indulge.
I wouldn't even be pissed at the guy, bro, if he did that. Like, I couldn't be mad at him. I'm so serious. I would just be like, bro, you're good. I'm going to refund that shit on Uber Eats or DoorDash. Like, don't even worry about it.
While many of us indulge in this
Oh, I'd feel so bad.
service extremely often, we never stopped to
78% of Americans use food delivery services. Bro, really? I'm definitely ordering more than 3.7 times per month.
We never stop to think about people who have to deliver the goods, right? We never take time to think about these drivers. I don't think about those things. You know, also, I started noticing that after a while, they started taping the bags. It's because motherfuckers are probably...
Yeah, opening that shit up and eating out of it. They be putting tape over the drink caps now. That makes me feel safer, like somebody didn't just fucking poison my shit. When the bag ever looks like crumpled or fucked with, I'm like, that's weird.
But that's why if you're a pro, you got your own stickers and bags to replace stuff.
I thought that you were gonna have your own utensil that you're able to squeeze in the bag and Mission Impossible the fry out of the bag or something. Being a delivery driver, whether it's on DoorDash or Instacart.
I've had a DoorDash driver before, or it might have been Uber Eats. It only happened once, but he picked up my order and never delivered it. Just ate that shit. This was probably like 3 years ago. I remember being so pissed. I was like, he just never delivered it. He fucking picked up the order, and then it was like 5 minutes. He was driving, and then he just disappeared. And it said order delivered. And there was no picture, no food. And I contacted him. I was like, he didn't fucking deliver that shit. Other people are always hungry. Yeah, no. And I got the money back. So, you know, if you want to eat it, eat it. But like, I mean, he's going to get fired.
You don't make a lot of money. And then it's all based on tips. And then if people don't tip.
It's based on tips. And here's the problem of being a driver is it's based off tips. And the tips are based off order price. So if you're a fucking DoorDash driver, you want people ordering like $80, $90 worth of food because then they're going to tip you, you know, 15, 20 bucks. But most of the time you're going to be getting orders that are like $20. They're tipping $5 and you have to drive so many miles that you have to go there with increased gas prices. You're not breaking even. You're still profiting, but you're making like less than minimum wage in certain in certain moments. You tip delivery drivers in the U.S.? Yes. If I order, I usually tip whatever's recommended. So like they have a sliding scale where if you have a cheaper order, they try to get you, they recommend you to tip like 24% or something. But if your order's more expensive, then they get you to tip less. Why? Well, because it's like, if I order $150 of food, I'm not going to tip you $45 to deliver it, right? It's one bag. I'm going to tip you like 25, 30 bucks. Like, because I'm giving you like, you know, money to deliver it fucking 6 miles, 8 miles, however far it is. But if I order like a Chipotle burrito, I'm not going to tip you 10% because then you're getting like $2. I'm going to tip you like $10. So I'm basically paying for like half of the order. So they have that. If you've ever used it, which most people have, 78% of Americans, you see they have a sliding scale on tip guesses.
Tip you get.
Dog $30? Yeah. Bro, keep in mind, I also, dude, I have my own, opinions on tipping, and I think in the U.S. it's like a shitty situation where like people aren't getting paid because the business doesn't want to pay them, so they work off tips. So it's like, oh, well, if we don't tip them, then they'll get paid later on. Like, yeah, if every single person stopped tipping people would have to fucking up the pay of waitresses and waiters, but that's not the system we live in, so I always say just tip. But I'm also in a situation that I tip more than the average person just because I make good money. Like I'm averagely tipping like 25% at a restaurant. But I'm not going to stay, because I'm like, why am I being stingy? High cortisol activity, low cortisol 2026.
Recently, there has been a trend on TikTok of people saying they are now choosing to only have female Instacart drivers deliver their goods because male drivers keep messing up their orders. One woman gave her driver a super simple list asking for 1 pack of toilet paper, 1 pack of towels, and 1 pack of chicken. Despite the app stating that the man scanned a pack of chicken, what she got was 240 red Solo cups.
No, that's so funny though. That is fucking hilarious. 240 red Solo cups. Oh my God, you're gonna be playing Pong for like 10 years.
A refund. You know what? In a situation like this, though, do you not just think that I'm doing multiple jobs at one time and I gave you the wrong bag?
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Because they might have 3 bags in their back. They might have 3 bags in their back car, and somebody ordered that, and now some other dude's getting paper towels. Oh my God. Wow. This woman wants toilet paper, paper towels, and chicken. She gets red Solo cups. Meanwhile, there's a party full of people that are waiting on red Solo cups to be able to play drinking games, and they just get like toilet paper and raw chicken. Don't worry, guys. The red Solo cups will be here anytime.
Sorry, dude, but I'm not a feminist, and I like men a lot. And I think, dude, if a man goofs up, you have to give him 75 chances.
It's true. Women, right? 1.
Women, none. You have to be perfect at all times. In another instance, a male shopper was tasked with getting a customer a tub of Neapolitan ice cream. After claiming they didn't have the brand she wanted, he sent multiple blurry pictures of what they had, only for it to be very clearly in stock. There's none. It's a fucking buffoon, man. I couldn't tell you. You have Ben & Jerry's? No, the fuck to the left. I see it in the picture, in your blurry picture. It's right to the left.
Well, aren't there a lot of like grocery stores and shit now where like Uber Eats and DoorDash drivers, they don't even do the shopping. Like a worker at Walmart has the job of DoorDash and they fill the bags and then the worker just shows up and goes, I'm here for blank. They pick up the bag and leave. That's the best system because then they're less likely to fuck it up. Because if a guy's job is to just fucking search for items, he knows the store, he knows where stuff is, it's quicker as well.
While staying at an Airbnb in Miami, a group of girls ordered a long list of basic groceries and necessities for their upcoming stay. When the order was marked as delivered, they expected to find it on the porch. When they opened the door, however, they found the driver simply tossed all the groceries all over the picket fence and left. What are we not seeing though in this? What are we not saying? We're not having the full picture on his side. Like I bet you think he's just like, can I?
Whole ass grocery order, bro. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's like a level of, it's different if you're like, you have a disability or there's a reason you can't, but like, bro, why are we doing an entire week's worth of food on DoorDash? Like, I'm just go to the grocery store. You know, I think it's different. Like, it's a level of convenience where it's like, fuck, I don't have time. I'm going to order lunch. But, like, just go to the grocery store. Just go to the grocery store. If you're getting fucking $300 worth of fucking, or not $300, like $160 worth of groceries, go to the grocery store. Ron, yeah, literally, bro, Ron they don't grocery shop. The core guys just order all of their fucking food all the time on DoorDash. I can't believe he did that. He ordered a head of lettuce, and that's it. A head of lettuce. Imagine being the DoorDash driver that delivered that to Ron yesterday. You pull up. Oh, I'm here for this order. Oh, yeah, here you go. It's just a bag of lettuce. I've had multiple instances where I've gotten in an Uber. I told you all about this the other day. I got in an Uber XL. I order an Uber XL. I pay for an Uber XL. Uber shows up in a van. I go, fuck yes, dude. We got enough space. We could all sprawl out. Open it up. The back part is for fucking luggage. It's a fucking 3-seater van. And I'm like, hey, we ordered an Uber XL. The guy goes, literally. So we get in. We lap up. Right? We got fucking 5 people in a 3-seater back seat. Grown-ass motherfuckers. And then 1 person in the front. And the whole time I'm like, this guy is like actually just breaking Uber rules. Like he's picking up more expensive Ubers when he doesn't have a car that fits that many people. Gave him a 4-star. Worst Uber rating I've ever given was a 3-star, and it was because the guy was actually falling asleep at the wheel. I just feel bad. I gave a comment on that one. On both of them, actually. The 4-star one, I was like, car was too small. The one dude, he was biting his finger to stay awake. It was like 1 a.m. We Ubered back, and I get, bro, you know, motherfuckers need to hustle and make money, but, like, you're going to kill someone. He was, like, swerving into the rumple strips, and he was going like this. Like, biting his thumb to stay awake.
I have a feeling that it's just people that are just doing the Instacart. I think they're picking up too many jobs at one time. Also, is there probably more men that are doing this job than women? I feel like whenever I don't think I've ever had a female DoorDash person. That doesn't mean they don't exist. I'm just saying.
No, I get female DoorDash people all the time. I feel like men Uber at a much higher rate. Like, if I have an Uber driver, there's like a 90% chance they're a guy.
And that thinking about it now, it's usually a middle-aged man.
My guess is men, if they don't have...
It's usually a middle-aged man. It's usually a middle-aged man with lighting like this. And the photo of their face just like... And they'll say, and it'll be like, it'll have like their interests. I love reading their bio. That's like my funnest, that's like the funnest thing for me. I click on them and it'll be like, oh, this person's delivering. Knows English, Spanish, French, whatever languages they know. Their rating. And it's always funny when they have a shitty rating. I go, oh, I'm in for a ride. Dude, because like anything below 90% means like people don't fuck with them. And you'll see a guy will be like 84% fucking rate. I'm like, dude, he's about to get like fired. It'll be like loves blank. You got to bring that up. Do that shit. Next time you hop in an Uber, see their interests, bring it up. So, I heard you're a big fan of golf.
For the rest of the Instacart drivers that don't have this issue, it can be extremely challenging and dangerous. After receiving a regular order of groceries, a delivery driver walked up to a home and was shot by a man that thought he was an intruder. What? Why? Why would you do that? My DoorDasher's near. Did someone say Taco Bell? Oh my God, who are you? Ah!
You would sue for so much money, though.
Fucking forget that. Unless it's somebody in the house ordered it, it just seems like, I don't know.
This is what happened. He told
Well, and you're also shooting a guy that didn't even intrude. He's just outside of your house.
him leave it at the door. The guy knocked.
You know what? If a DoorDash driver, I'll say this, I'll say this and I'll stand by it. For any reason, if a DoorDash driver opened my door to set my stuff inside, I'd shoot him.
Oh, he opened the door? That's, yeah, I don't know.
Hearing it out loud seems a bit excessive.
Somebody opens the door, yeah, you're getting blasted.
So there's no reason that a person should be opening my door to come inside my house. I would assume that something bad was happening. Was it that situation, or was it just a guy who was just like firing rounds through his front door?
I'd get a riot shield.
I'm gonna have the COD riot shield so I can walk up to my average DoorDash driver experience.
Like you're a rainbow character, just fucking like holding it down. What is that guy's name? Montagny?
It turns out that the man's wife placed the order and didn't tell her husband. So, when the motion detectors went off, the husband sprang into action and shot him with no hesitation.
What the fuck?
None. The motion sensors. Does he do that with animals? How many times have you had a motion sensor go off like a raccoon? All the time.
And you forgot that you ordered that shit or you didn't check, bro? Like, I think it'd be different if the guy was holding a weapon. But, like, your motion sensors go off, you spring up, you're worried, and then you see the guy's holding a bag of fucking food that says fucking Chipotle. I'm going, oh.
All the time.
That's when I bring out my gun.
Exactly. That's why I fire aimlessly. Maybe there's...
His wife ordered it. Still, would you not... Chat, before you shoot someone, are you not checking... Like, oh, he's just delivering food.
Whenever a customer places an order, they often feel entitled to have the driver do whatever it takes to get their groceries to their door, no matter how ridiculous of a feat it may become. One shopper accepted an unusual order of 4 24 packs of water bottles, 6 12 packs of water bottles, and 7 4 liters.
Yeah, see, that's like fucked up because then you're making that Uber driver carry like a shitload of weight. And why are you ordering water?
Of distilled water and 7 4 liters of mineral water. My God. When they reached the customer's home, they requested...
My lift is not working, just letting you know. You have to deliver at my doorstep. I live 17th floor. All right, so he's just fucking with him. All right, yo, my elevator doesn't work. You have to carry fucking 140 gallons of water. up to my fucking apartment. You have to use stairs. I want all the water bottles. Please don't cancel my water bottles. Otherwise, I have to complain against you. I don't think that there's a world where DoorDash or Uber Eats is siding with the customer here. The fucking elevator's broken. He's requesting me to carry hundreds of pounds of stuff up 17 fucking flights of stairs to get a $6 tip.
Building was broken. Newsflash. It's outside. Come do it yourself. And in the end, the customer canceled the job, leading to the shopper's $8 payment being rescinded and increasing their overall cancellation rate. That's fair. $8? Ah, this is a depressing job. Oh my God. Besides driving people around, Uber also offers a meal delivery service called Uber Eats that is notoriously terrible to work for. Like other food delivery service apps, they pay their workers very, very poorly. Because of this, some drivers come up with creative ways to earn better tips. Jade Phoenix was a full-time Uber Eats driver.
The thing that I see, not with Uber Feets girl. What? I was going to say, not with Uber Eats, but with Uber, the thing that I've seen is somebody picks you up. You usually go, hey, or the driver will go, hey, I'm going to drive you here. If you want to ride back, here's my number. Call me and just pay me cash, right? And then they'll get the full amount. And I've done that, right? And that's a little sketchy. I'm a guy, so it's like a little bit different. I'm not as nervous with it. But it's like, the guy drives me, it's $40, he's making like 20 of it because Uber's just taking a huge cut. And he'll be like, hey, I'm going to be in the area. If you need me in fucking 4 hours, call me. and then I'll just come pick you up. And so that's usually like a better move.
Driver who claimed
because then they're getting more of the money.
Find a
and they're just pocketing it.
Secret method for raking in insane tips on literally any kind of order. When dropping off people's food and snapping a picture to confirm the order, she would purposely include her feet in the pictures.
There is no way that she's getting more fucking money from that.
Claims her tip significantly increased after she began this new strategy. She even received additional money on top of the tip after she sent them the original picture.
You got way more than expected, $29.68.
Do girls like men's feet? Men with feet, it's what psychologically, what is
that? Would lower it, dude. Some dude fucking whips out his dog's hairy ass fucking feet, man. Just in the photo, dirty as shit, long ass toenails. Ugh.
What is the feet obsession?
I don't know. That's something I will never understand.
Didn't we try doing a foot video and it got demonetized or something?
That's the thumbnail. If for whatever reason you want to watch it, it's on Patreon, bro. There's no way.
It's not just the customers that are creepy horn dogs, but the drivers as well. After ordering food, a woman in the UK began receiving creepy messages from her delivery driver. She was being asked if she was home alone or if she was married. When the woman said she was taken, the driver began begging her to leave him so he could hook up with her. Leave her, baby! The man got so desperate that he began offering as much as £10,000.
He doesn't even know what the woman looks like. He's just offering a random woman off her name alone fucking $10K to break up with her boyfriend.
For her to break up with her boyfriend, there's no way the pussy could have been that good. UK pussy? You kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, I don't think I can leave them. I don't think just can you leave the Chris at the door?
£10,000, Mum.
It shows you their profile. Yeah, but they're not going to be able to see you.
See what me can do.
While looking into the driver's account to report him, she found it even creepier that his
82% satisfaction rate. Chad, I was telling you, below 90.
Listed reasons for delivering was passion. I will say I've had a driver after delivering my thing be like, hey, I love your videos. And I say, oh, thanks, man. And then it's a thing of, you want to hang? Shit like that.
God, that's creepy.
That's so fucking weird. That is so fucking weird.
Exactly. 100 step.
Oh my God. Bro delivers your food. You want to hang out? No, fuck off, you weirdo. Bro, that or you meet somebody in public. They'll be like, bro, we should hang out sometime. Oh. I've gotten that like twice ever. And I awkwardly have to go, nah, man, I'm sorry, man. I don't really know you. I don't really know you, bro. Oh, we should smoke together sometime. No, I think I'll pass, man. I have no idea who the fuck you are.
Don't ever there's no reason to contact me or anyone ever. Or like that girl. Let's just get me out of this, that girl. If it's a girl now just being like, you know how hard it is for someone just to be like, no. I have no idea how you're going to react to that. You know what I mean? No idea. You've been around me when there's been people. So it's always a risk because we've had a lot of, we won't go into details, but we've had a lot of people that are.
That, bro, or more often, it's weirder when they're like, yo, you want to hang out? But sometimes it's like, yeah, I respect the hustle, but like, I'll meet somebody. They'll be like, yo, I actually do social media. Could you like follow me? We collab. Hey, buddy, I'm trying to like, eat my food right now, and you're asking me to follow you and collab. I think I'd rather not. And I'm not like, and then I come off as a dick. But I'm like, no. Like, I'm out. Dude, it'll be like, I'm out with Brooke eating. You walk up to me while we're at the table, interrupt the dinner, which is a little odd. I think you should wait, if I'm being honest. I don't care if people recognize me. I love being able to talk to fans. But it's like, if I'm clearly on a date, I'm talking to my girlfriend, you're kind of breaking that space, which is odd, especially if we're eating. There's been times where I'm actively eating, they walk up to me. And then, like, on top of that, to be like, hey, could you follow me? Or the worst is when, like, dude, there's a level of, like, respect, too, where it's like, hey, could I get a picture? 99% of people, hey, could I get a photo? Yeah, sure. 1% of people, yo, dude, I love your shit. What are you fucking doing, man? Like, I mean, that's just, like, being weird. Like, just like walk up and be like, hey, can I film you? Can we do a video? Blah blah blah. Like, can I take a picture? You're ungrateful. It's not ungrateful. It's just fucking rude. If you see that as ungrateful, like, I know you're probably rage baiting, but like anyone that sees that as ungrateful, genuinely unfollow me, because like the level of unawareness you have of like just like social boundaries is like fucking unreal. Like, if you're going to walk up to somebody that you recognize already filming and be like, oh, dude, what's up, man? You're putting on some animated persona. Bro, like, fuck off.
In 2025, one man placed an order and saw that his driver was parked just down the street. When he asked why his food hadn't been delivered, his driver said it was because his car had broken down. He then told the customer that he'd probably just refund it. Not believing a word he said, the man got on his bike, rode down the street to find he was Uber Eats driver sitting in his car, chowing down on his food. See, that's why I could never be one of these. I could never be one of these delivery drivers, because I know I just see their order, I'm like, oh damn, you know, or go to some place, I'm like, what is this place? Get it? Smell good.
One little bite can't hurt.
The customer confronted the driver, only for him to be left speechless before peeling out in a panic. That's a good way to choke, though.
Oh, wait, what does it say? He said his car broke down, so it tracked my order to find him eating
Speechless
it.
before peeling out in a panic. That's a good way to choke, though. At multiple restaurants around the world, you can find signs banning delivery drivers and from using the bathroom. This obviously upset a lot of drivers, who pointed out that it's actually against the company's agreement with these restaurants, as Uber requires them to give drivers access to their bathrooms, okay?
Yeah, I think that's odd. If you're an Uber Eats driver, you should be able to take a fucking piss. It's different if you're like, oh, I'm going to fucking sponge bath myself in the McDonald's bathroom. But it's like, hey, I'm here to pick up an order. By the way, can I fucking piss real quick?
Assholes. And many don't care and continue to enforce the ban, meaning many drivers are forced to make frequent pit stops and even piss in bottles, trucker style. I mean, come on, dude. Stop at a gas station. That's not that big of a deal, is it?
It's not on my route.
What's an average interaction with a fan? I'm a fan. And now I'm me. Yeah. Really? Yeah. Dude, I watch you all the time. And I go, oh, really? That's awesome. He goes, bro, I love your YouTube videos. I was watching you 2 days ago. Can I get a picture? Yeah. Take a picture. Dap him up. Have a good day. That's it. Regular interaction. But see, you have 100 interactions. You're bound to have like 3 or 4 that are just weird. The common awkward interaction is they go for a fist bump, I go for a dap up, or vice versa. And then we hit the awkward switch. And then it's like
of materialism in the 80s, but the congregation was made up of yuppies. Yuppie is a term that stands for young, professional, upwardly mobile baby boomers. Yuppies are just young people with a bunch of money in their pocket, and they were baby boomers.
Millennials now. Millennials are the generation that have money but don't have kids, and that's why you see Disney adults. Disney adults are 85% of the time millennials because they don't have kids and they're probably dating somebody, so they're having a shared income and they could just blow it.
They suck overall. These young baby boomers had lost their hippie ethos after living through the recession, inflation, and high unemployment.
We're going to glance past it, but one of those people is naked.
This era gave birth to people like Donald Trump and TV shows like The Lifestyles of the Rich and the Famous. Poor people love looking at rich people. Excess was celebrated and luxury purchases were an important status symbol. The attitude was so prevalent that Newsweek named 1984 the year of the yuppie. Aspirational purchases became common as credit was passed out like candy. In fact, credit card debt doubled in 1980 to 1985 and then doubled again from 1985 to 1990. And I think it's very
that fast. God damn. It is crazy that modern businesses methodology, or like bank methodology, is try to get your customers or people that bank with you to accrue enough debt that they're able to pay it off, but that they physically cannot handle more. So they have so much debt that they're stuck in a cycle of paying you back, and they're never going to be able to fully pay you back. And then once they get a little bit of that debt back, get them to accrue more debt, so they're able to fucking fully be locked in on your system.
Even nowadays, if you see someone living a luxurious lifestyle on the internet or even in your neighborhood, you're like, how is Tom affording that boat and BMW? They're putting it on their credit card, and they're going to have to pay off debt for the rest of their lives. Genuinely, do not try and keep up with these people. They're just indebting themselves. We're all broke. They're lying. I want to put that moral onto you guys. I realized that way too late in life. These people are just in enormous amounts of debt. Speaking of debt,
I think the end of the debt cycle, or what triggered the end of like, oh wow, we're all fucked, is Klarna. I think Klarna and the idea of being able to buy now, pay later for things that cost $30 and you could pay in increments is fucked. Fucked. It's not like, oh, you're buying this on a credit card. It's like you're buying this, but you're going to owe us, like, you could buy a burrito for fucking $10 and pay it off over 4 months. Don't buy the burrito if you need to use Klarna. And Klarna's a failing business because they're marketing themselves to people that don't pay back debt. If you're a guy that is going to Klarna pay a fucking Uber Eats order, you're probably not going to pay that back ever. So they're just in debt. Like, I'm pretty sure Klarna loses money. I don't know if they're ever making... I feel like I got to Google that. Does Klarna make money? They got to be in debt. Like, crippling debt. They make money through merchant fees. Okay, that's not telling me... That's telling me how they make money. Does Klarna profit? They had a net profit in 2024 after a 2023 loss. A loss in 2025, though. They had a net loss of $244 million in 2023 and a profit of $21 million in 24. So they're barely squeaking through in business terms.
Many of these credit purchases revolved around one of Black Friday's most popular...
Maybe it's late game, you know? Maybe they have to accrue the debt and they'll make it back later, but I don't know.
Sale items, electronics. Between 1980 and 1989, sales of electronic products increased over $150 billion. And it makes sense. It's 1989, baby. Get yourself a personal computer. Type on that bitch. I don't care. Get yourself a television, a stereo system, video game consoles. It's all good, baby. And Black Friday electronic sales is a trend that still happens to this day. Surveys suggest that approximately 75% of all in-store Black Friday shoppers plan to buy electronics. And one of the most common electronics...
I mean, what else are you going to fucking buy? Clothes? I feel like electronics is usually what has the highest, like, markdown. Because they have high profit margins. So usually it's like clothes aren't going to be something that they mark down a lot.
Regardless, Black Friday TV sales are so common that the mentality is in America that you should not buy a TV until it's Black Friday, because it's stupid to do so otherwise. Retailers report that the average discount on a TV during Black Friday will be 23%. But if everyone is offering such steep discounts, how does a retailer stand out in the crowd? It's not like they're gonna slash their own bottom lines, right? Of course not. Instead, they'll just slash the quality of life and well-being of their employees. I'm talking about a phenomenon called Black Friday creep, which is part of Christmas creep, the idea that retailers start holiday-themed sales well before the traditional season starts. Massive retailers like Amazon and Walmart...
Yeah, but that's what made Black Friday no longer like a big deal.
Offer an entire Black Friday week for some items. Best Buy starts its Black Friday sales.
Well, that's Cyber Monday. But then you'll see, like, dude, what's a store that does, like, heavy Black Friday stuff? I feel like it's not Best Buy does it a lot. Yeah, fucking starting November 8th all the way through Cyber Monday. So it's a whole month. But I'm pretty sure like Walmart or like a big chain did Black Friday from like October.
The week before Thanksgiving, and Target
like all the way through like mid-December.
Target starts its early...
Yeah, Target November 1st through December 24th. It's not even Black Friday. Now it's, yeah, holiday savings.
Black Friday sale at the beginning of November.
Many at 40% off or higher. Like, that's lame as fuck, bro. The biggest sale you're going to have is 40% off base price. You need to have some shit that's like 90% off.
Early Black Friday.
I need to be able to buy a fucking toaster for $1.
Sale at the beginning of November.
For you to motivate people to actually pull up.
Race to the starting line of Christmas shopping, we got so bad in the early 2000s that employees were getting pissed because you had to work on Thanksgiving. In 2009, Kmart became the first major retailer to start its holiday sale on Thanksgiving, opening their doors at 8 p.m. for early Black Friday shopping, which, just so we're clear, was only 4 hours away from their normal opening hours, which was midnight. So why the f*** are you doing this? But not to be outdone, by 2013, shops like Target, Toys R Us, Walmart, Sears, and Macy's started opening up on Thanksgiving too. But in an insane bit of marketing, instead of calling it Thanksgiving...
Wow, dude. Like, imagine being the guy all the way in the back of the fucking line over there. Why are you even trying? Why are you even trying? Like, I feel like I'm going home.
Retailers tried to rebrand it as Gary Thursday. Who the f*** is Gary? And imagine being a retail worker on, it's like, don't worry, you're not going to go see your family on Thanksgiving. No, today you're going to be working Gary Thursday. Does that sound good to you? Gary Thursday was met with widespread opposition from workers, and the pandemic Christmas season effectively put an end to it. But that hasn't stopped the overall Black Friday creep. Online shopping has enabled retailers to offer digital deals early without the hassle of in-store displays or staffing. Not only does this benefit companies by pushing sales with less overhead, but it also alleviates the sheer number of shoppers in their brick and mortar shops on
the sheer number of shoppers ruining their businesses, or more so the workers that have to be fucking fearful of their life during a Target Black Friday deal as they watch people push down the doors and trample each other to grab and they have to check that person out.
This was a welcome change from the Y2K era of Black Friday, which became overcrowded and, in general,
like that guy could have died.
Extremely dangerous. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the part of the script where I talk about people dying, so grab your popcorn and your true crime headset and let's get into it. Also, I'm wearing a hat now. Don't mention it, my hair was pissing me off. Between 2006 and 2021, at least 17 deaths and more than 100 injuries were tied to Black Friday shopping. For many, the most...
Oh, what? 17 deaths? That's more than one a year. I would have assumed like 5 people died.
For many, the most wonderful time of the year turns bloody in the name of good sales. Good shopping. Which makes me wonder, what limited edition release or outstanding discount would be worth getting harmed? Well, let's find out, shall we? It's time to play a...
It's gonna be, oh my god, is this gonna be like a game show? Am I gonna be able to guess? It's gonna be, like vacuums or TVs, headphones, speakers. It's going to be anything in the back of a Walmart or just a Best Buy. It's going to be tech. I feel like even somebody probably died like trying to get a hoverboard. So around that area as well. Probably the hoverboard season. Imagine being the kid that asked for a hoverboard and your parents fucking die trying to get you one.
The rules are simple, and that was actually real though. If you use code SIT, you get $1 for the first month. The rules are simple. I'm going to show you a deal, and we're going to decide just how far someone would be willing to go to obtain that deal. What deadly extremes await? Let's find out. In 2011, Walmart offered a 4 gigabyte, which is crazy, Xbox 360 Connect bundle.
4 gigabyte? 4 gigabyte. There were games that you could play on an Xbox 360 that were below 4 gigabytes? What game? Even a Call of Duty on the Xbox 360 was probably, what, like 30 gigabytes? 40? Not a digital? Ooh, yeah, if you had a disc copy, how much disc space would it take?
For $199.96 plus a $50 gift card. Keep in mind,
So you get Xbox for $149 effectively. But they're giving you the gift card because you're obviously going to buy something that's over $50, so they're getting your business that you would rather take elsewhere. What was the price of a regular Xbox 360?
Keep in mind that this bundle was sold for anywhere between $250 and $300 at the time. Not only that...
Oh, it was 4 gigabytes of RAM. Games were just discs? They didn't have digital copies on the 360? Sorry.
Keep in mind that this bundle was sold for anywhere between $250 and $300 at the time. Not only that, but the gift card really sweetened the bundle. That's free money, baby. You could walk out of there with a brand new console and a copy of Halo 3 for basically nothing. So what
I mean, is that crazy of a deal? $300 console that you're getting for... it's 50% off. I think, yeah, getting an Xbox 360 for 50% off, one of the biggest consoles of its time. Like, the PS3 ended up selling more all time, but I'm pretty sure the Xbox 360 steamrolled initially.
What would you be willing to do to play Connectimals for the first time? Survey says a woman in LA unleashed pepper spray on an entire Walmart to keep people away from the console. Luckily, only 20 people were hurt, most with only minor injuries related to fleeing the scene of the maniacal discount shopper. But there's a catch. The woman claims she only used pepper spray to protect her own self and children from other maniacal shoppers. So there's just layers of insanity here. We have adults ripping Xboxes out of the arms of children, which also makes me wonder if these kids are picking their own gifts. The 2000s were a night.
You see, that's a cheap strategy. That's a cheap strategy. Black Friday shopping is solely for adults. Hey, I originally was going to have to take, wow, you just tried to take an Xbox away from a kid. But you're choosing to bring your kids into a war zone because you're going to try and guilt other people you're going to be like, "Oh, honey, here, hold this Xbox," even though you have a fucking cart. You know, you're going to give the Xbox to your 8-year-old child knowing that that's dangerous when you could put it in the cart because then they won't take it. Walk up to the kid, boom! boom, just grab that shit and fucking run out. Nah. Yo, sorry, kid. Rules don't exist in the Walmart on Black Friday. Wham! Just fucking knock him out. Steal the Xbox. Run out of that bitch.
Do not arm mothers during the Christmas season. Everyone's going crazy. Mothers, most of which, because they gotta put gifts under the tree, and they'll do anything to do that. All right, our next deal to die for comes to us courtesy of the great nation of Canada. We all know that they're supposed to be nicer in the Great White North, so I'm assuming this is going to be mild at best. But this story...
You throw it through the ceiling tiles. You walk out, you see him, it's like there's one Xbox left, you just grab him and chuck him into the ceiling and just run off. He's like stuck in the vents.
It is about sneakerheads, so the niceness of Canadians mixed with the assholeness of sneakerheads probably balances out a pretty good bunch. In 2016, the Adidas store in Vancouver hosted a Black Friday drop of vape sneaker collab called MMDR1 Olive Camo. If you're not familiar with sneaker world...
Oh, did they like resell for crazy?
Or vape in 2016, this was a huge deal. Mainly because resellers scoop up all of the shoes and sell them on the secondary market for an insane markup. So if you wanted these cool ass kicks without spending an extra hundreds of dollars on the secondhand market, your best bet was waiting in line and being willing to pay retail. So how wild would hypebeasts go to wear something that you literally step in dog shit with? Well, let's find out. Survey says over 300 people showed up for the drop and the store had no security to oversee the crowd. One customer, who was apparently drunk, became agitated and started throwing punches at others in line. At one point, he decided, like most aggro drunk guys do, to
oh my god, I've seen this video.
Take off his shirt and challenge onlookers to fisticuffs. Eventually, he took his belt off and started swinging it around, using it as a whip to hit others in the crowd. Eventually, the cops were called to disperse the crowd and apprehended the shirtless and beltless Canadian sneakerhead. So congratulations, brother. You did a weird, aggressive strip tease. You have to pay 500% markup for your dumbass shoes, and you're gonna spend the night of Christmas in jail. You. But okay, America, we're not gonna let Canada one-up us on crazy-ass consumerism, are we? Our next prize is a deep discount on a Samsung 50-inch Plasma HD TV. First,
that's worth it. That's worth it. I don't even know what the discount is, bro, but that's worth fucking throwing hands for in, what, like 2012? A fucking Samsung flat screen.
Best kind of TV you can buy to this day. So I understand the what's the word I'm looking for? Hysteria. In 2008, Walmart's Black Friday sale offered
2008
for this puppy at $798. For context,
bro, see, that's the crazy shit about TVs. That TV now would be like $100. They have really expensive like 4K OLED TVs and shit, but it's like, bro, you could get a good flat screen for so much cheaper now.
Plasma screen TVs were top of the line back then. And this model regularly
this specific one. This is a blocky flat screen.
Retailed at over $1,000 more than Walmart's sales price. So this was legitimate.
Huh? They're selling it for $700 and normally it was around $2K.
Since 38% of Black Friday shoppers say they're in the market for a TV, a deal like the Samsung 50-incher doesn't last long. So how much plasma are you willing to lose to get this much plasma in your life? This deal brought out residents of Valley Stream, New York in droves. Over 2,000 people waited in line for Walmart's Black Friday to begin, and when a store employee started to open the doors, the impatient crowd surged forward, breaking through the metal barrier and trampling the employee to death. Instead of trying to help,
bro, they killed the fucking employee.
Thousands of customers piled into the store, crawling over one another and the employee. When security and other Walmart workers tried to clear the store because, it was basically the scene of a murder, customers actually complained. The store did close for a few hours, but then opened back up again once they got the dead body out of there.
That's insane they didn't full close for the day. I feel like the family should be able to fucking sue Walmart for, like, crazy money there, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? The guy gets trampled to death when they open. They close for a few hours and then fucking open back up. Yeah, sorry, we gotta clean all the blood off the floor.
But I don't know, that's a good deal on a TV. I can't talk. So that's crazy. Someone actually died and an employee nonetheless. So now it's time for our final round of Deal or Die. And surprise, surprise, this takes place at another Walmart in Reno, Nevada in 2016. Now the thing you have to understand is there.
Dude, 2016, it's like, I mean, that's, almost 10 years ago. But I feel like a lot of these stories would have been like 2005. 2006, because like Black Friday shopping has consistently gotten worse over the years, meaning like the sales are worse. The sales are worse, so there's no reason to go.
Million in-store Black Friday shoppers that year. And there are only so many spaces in a Black Friday parking lot. The spaces at this Walmart were hard to come by, and the cars people drive are gigantic. So this altercation wasn't over a flat screen or, like I said, one of those dumb ninja products. It was over a parking spot. I mean, to keep in mind, there was an actual deal going on. Walmart had a killer deal on the DJI Phantom 3 drone. This puppy was marked down from $499 to $369, so that's wild.
That's $100.
Savings. So what would you do?
$100. $100 is good, but it's $100 on a fucking $500 product.
For a parking spot to get into a store that had a drone off for 26%. This one seems like it wasn't worth it. A driver was accidentally cut off in a parking lot, so he got out of his vehicle and attacked the other driver with a metal rod. The driver, who was
I feel like that's just road rage.
Getting his face smashed in, grabbed a gun from his car and fired through the window, killing the attacker. The shooter, fled the scene and claimed he feared for his life, and I don't blame him. So just to be
I gotta, maybe fleeing the scene because there was like crazy people there. But I think in an instance like that, the shooter is in the right because the guy was attacking him with a metal rod. But fleeing the scene makes him look mad guilty. You know what I mean? Like, you got in an argument with a guy, he gets out of his car, starts fucking attacking you, trying to kill you. You shoot him, fine. But then you drive home.
Clear, if you're ever in Reno, Nevada, just know that the Walmart parking lots there are ruled by Wild Wild West law. Just start shooting if you don't get a parking spot. But you know what the worst part of Deal or Die is? It's usually not worth the deal nowadays. With its dark roots in labor exploitation, aspirational consumerism, and violence, many Black Friday sales aren't even valued. All too often, stores jack up the price of an item right before the holiday just so they can offer a bigger discount on it without actually losing money. Last year, the $20 Amazon stick was raised by $20 the day before Black Friday and then sold at a 50% discount.
That should be illegal. That should be illegal. The government should do something about that. That is insane. $20, they double the price, half it by 50%. They're just selling it for what they were selling it before. But now they're just conning you into thinking that you're getting a good deal.
How are we falling for this shit? And some Black Friday sales aren't actually discounts. They're either pre-existing sales rebranded or they're just listed as sales for the hell of it. A study found that approximately
Wow, it's just the same sale. I think that's scummy. I don't think that should be illegal because that's still it's still a sale. They're just calling it a Black Friday sale versus literally changing the price to then have it, but still sell it for the same price you were selling it before.
A study found that approximately 41 of Black Friday items offer no real savings compared to their usual prices. Imagine getting whipped in the face with a belt, hit with a metal pipe, or shot in the chest just because you're trying to buy a drone for a regular retail price. That's the kind of behavior that will never get you into heaven. I know, I did a skit about it. But whether it's online or in-store on Gray Thursday, Black Friday, or Cyber Monday, you're gonna spend some serious money this holiday season. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not gonna go on some spiel about the true meaning of Christmas. I want gifts, I like candy, and if I don't have good enough gifts under the Christmas tree, I act like that little bitch in Harry Potter. 45? Is it 45 or 40? I don't remember the number he says, but he's being a dick. What's his name? Trevor? No. I don't know.
Trevor Dursley, is that his actual name in the game? Or not in the game, in the movie? Isn't it Dudley?
Whatever. I just want you to know that every gift you unwrap during the season of giving was paid by the blood of the proletariat and ghosts of Black Friday past. Let me know what discounts you've seen in the past where you'd go
his name's Dudley Dursley.
Wild Wild West in a Reno parking lot in order to obtain that sweet, sweet deal. Because let's face it, everybody has a price. New videos every Saturday and sometimes Wednesday. Like, comment, and subscribe.
And sometimes Wednesday. I fucking love Big Tug. That was a fun video. Coming out. People call this monkey trade slavery. Lock in.
Every time you buy coconut milk, you might be buying slavery.
Never buying coconut milk. Saying that. But do you guys buy coconut milk? I may have bought coconut milk like one time. Ever. That tastes terrible. What, you saying a monkey made the milk?
Every time you buy coconut milk, you might be buying slavery.
Costco will stop selling one brand of coconut milk from a Thailand-based producer.
That's what the headlines say, at least. The world is angry.
Oh my god, do they chain the monkeys to, like, the tree and then make them climb it to go fucking pick the coconuts?
But is this really abuse? Or is this some ancient tradition that the West just doesn't understand? To find out, in this episode, we're traveling
How do you even train a monkey to do that?
Across Southeast Asia. From the chaotic monkey markets of Jakarta to the ancient coconut jungles of southern Thailand.
And we'll see how they're sold, trained in monkey schools, and put to work in towering...
Trained in monkey schools? They have a whole system where they train them? Do you think you could fail out? Like, how many monkeys do you think fail out of the school because they, like, don't listen? All right, I'm going to have this take off rip before... let's see if my take changes. I think if they're training them through a reward-based system and they're not, like, electrocuting them or some shit to, like, ingrain that they have to do this or they'll get hurt, I don't see this as a problem. Like, if they're just, like... Hey, they end up training the monkey to go pick the coconut, and then they give the monkey, like, a grape or something. I think that's fine. Like a dopamine reward. But if they're, like, zapping the motherfucker, and they're like, we're gonna hurt you if you don't do it. Because, I mean, that's, like, the same thing as, like, retrievers. Like, it would be, like, the same thing as a retriever dog if you did it like that. It'd be like, okay, go get the duck. And then they go pick up the duck, you give them a treat. Then they go they like doing it. I think the argument then still is that monkeys are smarter. And so it's like, are you taking advantage of that?
Jatinegara Pet Market. It's basically this like zoo where you can buy anything roadside. I think my goal today...
Oh my God. Oh. See, that upsets me. Look at the puppies.
I think my goal today is to see like how many different species we can possibly see then one day it just is one market.
Exotic geckos next to...
Those were fucking like flying... Were those sugar gliders?
Then one day...
What are those? They're not flying squirrels. Are they sugar gliders? What are these? Are these flying squirrels? These little things right here? How do they even catch those?
This is one market.
Exotic geckos next to someone's random house cat. All crammed together. There's sugar gliders everywhere.
Sugar glider, answer my question. Never mind.
Different varieties of squirrels too. Like just a ridiculous amount of...
Yo, I feel like this is like... Yo, it actually makes me realize... I know this is like a fucked up market. But this shit like makes me realize the amount of animals that exist that I don't know anything about. Like this looks like a skunk. This isn't a skunk. This is a squirrel.
Squirrels. Including some kind of ground squirrel that apparently stinks.
It's a squirrel that have a bad smell. We call it bajing.
I think that's a skunk.
Yeah, bajing.
A bajing. It's a squirrel with a bad smell.
Yeah.
Come on. Hi guys, this is one of those bad smelling squirrels. Apparently. He looks cute as hell. I feel really bad for this little guy. I don't think he's gonna last that long if I'm honest. He's just kind of like hanging out there, rather wet. How much is this?
$9 for that fucking living animal, bro. What? I feel like I would buy that and then just release it into the jungle and hope it survives.
You come into stuff that's not even from Indonesia. Albino hedgehogs, Brazilian turtles.
Brazil?
Yeah,
oh my God.
Imported weirdness just everywhere. The whole thing.
But is this like for rich people? Like, are they eating these animals? Well, I feel like some of them, this is an exotic pet market. They have exotic animal markets for food, but like nobody's eating a sugar glider. Joe, what the fuck? What do you mean, Joe, what the fuck? We've watched videos where they have pet markets and right next door they have animal markets where they're cooking things. That's not, what do you mean, Joe, what the fuck? That's an honest question.
It's kind of fascinating, and it doesn't take long before we find our first monkey.
You have one monkey.
You're like, that's a chicken.
How much?
1 million.
1 million for one monkey.
$60 for a monkey. Bro. I feel like a monkey should be like $5,000. Like if you're buying, I feel like if you buy an ape, that should be like $5,000. An ape or a monkey. Like that's like a smart ass animal. That's pretty hard to get.
Okay.
And it is pretty heartbreaking right away. These guys are tiny, not even a year old. There's 2 of them, and they're just huddled together in the rain while Jakarta's traffic screams past like it's nothing.
Like, what do people buy them for? They buy for a pet? Or
dude, it just sucks because, like, if you buy it, you're fueling the business. Like, even if you bought that monkey and then, like, somehow rehabilitated it and then put it back in the wild, like, you're incentivizing this transaction. You know what I mean? Like, you buying them isn't saving them. It's saving the ones that you're buying, but it's not stopping the cycle. Like, this is a continuous thing that's just going to keep happening. Some of the animals here, I don't think are bad that they're selling them. Like, there were like a few lizards. Like, I don't think that's bad that you're selling lizards for either food or pets. Like, I think that's fine. It's when you have, like, malnourished, like, baby squirrels and fucking, like, actual apes in cages.
Monkey won't get big. Really?
They're macaques. I believe all of them are macaques, just a few different varieties of them. Mainly pigtail macaques and longtail macaques.
Dari mana, Pak?
Sulawesi.
And it turns out they've been shipped from Sulawesi. And in some ways, it hits even harder. I've just returned from Sulawesi, and it is one of the most beautiful paradises I've ever seen. And somehow, it's worse once it's confirmed. These aren't captive bred. They've been pulled straight out of paradise, just to rot roadside in cages. More macaques, this time in camo uniforms.
But then what are people doing with them? Like, this one's wearing a shirt. Like, is some random Indonesian man coming by and, like, buying this macaque for $60 and then, what, like, keeping it in a cage as a pet?
Turned into props from someone's idea of adorable. And they're also not albino at all. Their coats have been dyed.
Yeah, but, like, you can't keep that as a pet. Like, you're not going to be able to train that thing.
This kind of cheap trick to heighten the novelty and make an easier sale. And before long, we find the epicenter of the market, the monkey section. No longer the occasional cage tucked among birds and reptiles and hedgehogs, but a dedicated corner of commerce. Cage after cage of macaques in different shapes and sizes, lined up like products. They're from Sulawesi
And, like, how many of them are dying before they're even getting sold?
and Sumatra primarily. And then from here, they'll be shipped all over Indonesia.
Oh, isn't that when they start fucking losing their minds? What is that called? That's like an actual thing. Where they just, like, roam in circles. Yeah, zoocosis.
50
monkeys.
He has 50 monkeys. Why do you have that many monkeys, bro? Like, is there that big of a market for this?
Maybe less.
Around about 50.
Yeah.
And in just one stall here, they have more than 50 monkeys, cage after cage lined up. And then you see the ones that are already breaking. Some are clearly getting just wired up from being trapped in these cages for too long. Some of them are too small, they're too stressed. And once they get bigger, you can tell they're nowhere near as easy to sell anymore. Meanwhile, there are more cages with tiny babies. Some of these things are insanely young. Again, looking like they're barely a month old, clinging to each other like that's the only comfort they've got.
Oh my god, and they have no idea what's going on.
Oh, it's just 1 month.
1 month old.
Yeah.
1 month old? How did they catch that? Did they catch the mom and then the mom gave birth?
They've got these big cartoon eyes, these oversized heads, little hands gripping onto the cage bars. It's almost too cute, which is the problem. And you can tell exactly why. They've been taken away when they are at peak cuteness, peak sellable. The first stop is these markets, and then they get sold off as pets all across the country.
Yeah, but that many people in Indonesia own monkeys?
The monkey trade at Jatinegara.
Like, I wouldn't even know the first thing of taking care of a monkey. Like, what do you feed a monkey? Like, fruits and nuts and shit, but it's like, you have to, like, keep it entertained, and it needs exercise. Like, dude, that's the problem with it. It's on another level. But it's the same shit with, like, any animal owner in the United States, too. Motherfuckers will buy pets, not bananas. Motherfuckers will buy bananas. You're just saying banana. No, chat's not even saying bananas. Just banana. Okay, we're feeding them banana. All right, anyways. Oh my god, what was I saying? Motherfuckers will buy pets in the United States, not understanding how much work it is to take care of that pet. Like, it's unreal, dude. Even something as simple as, like, a dog. They'll buy a puppy, and not realize, like, hey, you have to, like, train this thing, take it out all the time, watch it, make sure it gets exercise. It's like a smaller step of, like, raising a kid, bro. Obviously, a human's going to be harder, but, like, I honestly think raising a dog is probably a pretty good training exercise for, like, keeping something alive. Like, it's not easy to... That's why so many dogs are misbehaved, too. They don't socialize them right. They don't get enough exercise. They'll buy a fucking... what's, like, the smartest dog? My God, it's a sheep-herding dog. It's a sheep-herding dog. It's so cute. Why am I blanking on the name? It's, like, one of my favorite animals. I would love to own one, but I couldn't exercise it enough. Not a husky. A border collie. Yeah, motherfuckers will buy border collies because they think they're cute, and then they keep them in an apartment 6 stories up in the city. And it doesn't exercise, and then it fucking misbehaves, and they wonder why. I'm like, yo, that dog's meant to be nonstop mentally and physically engaged. Those animals are bred to be, like, on the go and ready all the time. And you're using it as, like, a show dog. Like, that times 10 now with an ape, I would assume. Like, I'm guessing an ape's probably pretty active.
The sourcing is brutal. Babies here are taken by either killing the mother and or breaking up and scaring away the troop. But it's messy because long-tailed macaques aren't just pet market animals. Globally, they're actually a major biomedical commodity. Between 2008 and 2019, an estimated 450,000 were traded internationally, mostly exported out of Southeast Asia to labs in the US, Europe, and China. I think it's kind of a justifiable evil. But it means that there is a legitimate market for it.
Oh, to, like, test medicines on them and shit?
Jatinegara, though, is mainly domestic pet trade. And it keeps going through this legal omission. Indonesia protects species listed under its 2018 regulation. And that regulation does not include long-tailed macaques. They're not considered protected and an endangered species. The IUCN, though, did move them to endangered in 2022. But the IUCN is not law here. It's kind of like a warning light. And the regulation just has not been updated yet. So shutting down these markets is hard, unless authorities can prove specific permits or quota violations.
Or just smoking cigarettes in its face.
Or obvious cruelty just exists. And I find this a little bit strange, because a little bit further north in the south of Thailand, there is a monkey trade that's getting a ton of international pressure.
The brand Shako is accused of using monkey labor to pick the coconuts.
And that is getting cracked down on hard. And after checking it out, I find it a little bit more justifiable.
What's more justifiable? The fact that it's getting cracked down on, or the monkey usage to pick coconuts is less immoral?
These monkey schools in southern Thailand, in Surat Thani, run on a straight-up curriculum.
Do you think monkeys are sentient? I think all animals are conscious, but not in the same sense that we are. There's levels to it. Like, a chicken is not as conscious as a pig. A pig is not as conscious as an ape. An ape isn't as conscious as a human. Why? I mean, it's the levels of brain structure and perception that they have. Like, bugs are obviously not as sentient as humans are, but I mean, they're still conscious because they have experience. Like, consciousness is divided into a multitude of things. It's like, you know, memory, the capability to recall information, the ability to communicate, express emotions, and feel emotions, which many animals, basically all animals, are able to do. Feel pain, and, like, a few other things like reason, you know, like humans can reason, or I guess complex understanding of things like dolphins, elephants, whales, where they can mourn. There's like a million categories that determine how sentient something is. Like, yeah, crows and ravens, somebody said in chat, very smart animals. I believe a crow, I don't know which one's smarter, a crow or a raven, but I think one of them has the intelligence of like a 6-year-old, which is like crazy. Border collies are like the intelligence of like 4-year-olds. And it's also divided into a few other things as well. Most people perceive cats as smarter than dogs, but cats are more individual creatures that are more critical thinkers, but less socially aware, right? They have different skills in different areas. You perceive cats as smarter because they're kind of like solo creatures that are capable of, you know, doing things on their own. But dogs, on the other hand, are very good at social understanding and emotional understanding and things that cats can't do.
Oh, hello, Swadika.
Wait, this is like the classes. Oh, so they have 5 classes on how to teach a monkey how to pick a coconut?
5 classes, 10 days each.
They have to fucking be able to determine the difference between a ripe and an unripe coconut and then tie a knot. I can't even do that.
Apparently is all they need.
Oh, hello, Swadika.
At least in the school. From there, they go into this kind of like apprenticeship program of training on actual coconut groves.
We have a good 30, 40 monkeys behind us at this Thai monkey training school. That's where a lot of these kind of like monkeys end up. They're actual working creatures. And here in Thailand, they still have, as you can see, ridiculously tall coconut plantations. They haven't all been swapped out for the sort of
You really think it's cheaper to train a monkey to do it than get like a machine to be able to do it?
dwarf coconut trees you see elsewhere. So monkeys like this, they're
Honestly, maybe. Because the shape of the coconut, if all coconut trees were 25 feet tall and had an angle leaning 20 degrees, you could get a machine to adapt to that. But since they all grow differently and ripen at different times, probably is easier to get a monkey to be able to do it. How would a machine even do that efficiently? That's what I'm saying. Like, certain machines are only able to do certain farming efficiently, right? That's why, like, human farmers still, like, pick blueberries. But, like, you could have a machine do corn and, like, you could, like, flood a bog or whatever it's called for cranberries and shit. Like, there's different methods of farming.
an essential tool in the south of Thailand or in Surat Thani. We're going to see exactly how they're trained up and how they turn into coconut harvesting machines.
He has been doing this since he was 15 years old.
Wow, that's crazy, huh?
He's 57 now. Can you
57?
tell? He looks so young.
How many monkeys do you think you've trained?
He think about 1,000 of monkeys.
1,000 monkeys?
Yeah, about 1,000
Wow,
of
that's
monkeys
crazy.
already.
Okay, so the monkey school setup is kind of, I don't know what you'd imagine, because you don't know what a monkey school looks like, right? But essentially, a bunch of coconut trees.
Do you think he's training them and then deciding which ones are picking up faster and then having those ones breed to efficiently make a smarter monkey population?
Makes sense. These tires are attached to the bottom of them.
Like he's selectively choosing which ones do better.
Each monkey gets one tire, one coconut tree. That's their hangout, their base, and they're
they get like a home?
Periodically brought into the sort of the class section, the curriculum section of the school. And I've got to admit, that's kind of crazy.
Like, I don't know if I think this is fucked up or not. Like, I've never even heard of this. They get their own home and they have to pick coconuts.
Crazy to me that you can train a monkey in 50 days to do this so full.
I'm kind of on the fence. That's what I'm saying. I feel like I need to know more.
Honestly, and trust me, these things will blow your mind. The level of mastery, the smarts of these monkeys are fascinating. Here it goes.
So the first step is to learn spinning. The coconut spin. They will do this for 10 days. Another interesting thing is like...
He'll just spin a coconut in front of their face for 10 fucking days until they pick up on that shit. Oh my God. That monkey's got to be so confused for the first 3 days. Just fucking watching this guy spin a coconut right at his forehead.
They cannot focus for...
No, they have... Yeah, dude, they have low attention spans because they're babies. They need to... Yeah, they need to be able to understand how to, detach the coconut from the tree.
A long period of time, right? So he said like only 2 to 5 minutes or less than that.
Oh, they only do this for 5 minutes? Oh, because he's doing this for 10 days, but they only do it in 5-minute intervals, and then he lets him go back and goes and grabs the other one.
That's all.
So it's like these short periods.
It's like Super Monkey Ball.
Periods of training.
Because they cannot focus, they don't want to be trained that long. Yeah, the well-behaved after training, he will sell like 15,000 baht.
15,000 baht for one monkey.
15,000 baht for one monkey.
All right, guys.
What do you mean he's selling the monkeys to like different farms?
Second step is now learning to hang on the tree.
The monkeys learn to use 3 limbs to twist while anchoring with the 4th. Then it's just a matter of elevation. Day by day, the coconuts get higher and higher.
That was super quick and super impressive. He jumped right up there, nailed the 2 down. Boom.
I mean, this is impressive to watch.
Let's move on to class number 3.
Selection. The monkeys learn to select just the coconuts that contain water, typically by their color.
He's like ready to roll this one.
Business time.
Oh my God, guys, this guy is like clipping along. That's 2 coconuts down, 3 coconuts down. He is absolutely crushing this. 4 coconuts.
Nah, he's not supposed to spin those ones.
5. Last one.
Class 4 is safety. These monkeys actually learn to untie knots and tangles because at 50 feet up, no
Whoa.
human can climb up to save them.
Whoa.
Wow.
To untie knots and tangles because at 50 feet up, no
Whoa.
human can climb up to save them.
Whoa.
And he knew which part of the loop to climb through to untangle himself. Dude, I feel like humans would struggle with that. Like, I would not know which one to climb through.
Whoa. That is crazy. I've never been so impressed. That was absolutely crazy. 3 different types of tangle that are common, 3 different types of knots.
He's gonna untie that?
Essentially just, you know, standard.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me. You're fucking kidding me. He's gonna untie that. Dude, that is like when your charger cord gets like fucking wrapped around somehow in like 10, or like you're trying to untangle earbuds.
Types of knot, essentially
Like
just,
corded earbuds. He's gonna fucking get through that.
you know, standard. It's
No
looped through itself. He's
way.
gonna loosen it up with his teeth and then climb right through. One that's just doubled over. He just undoes the entire thing with his hands. Whew. Whoa. All right, this guy's not a fan of me, but I am a fan of him. That was
Oh, does he want to attack him?
insanely impressive. All right, guys, we're loading up these monkeys. Very much vehicle trained. You see them hanging onto the side of all kinds of crazy contraptions driving around these areas. So it's time to go harvest some real coconuts.
Class 5. Time to get real. Let's move from the classroom to the...
Oh, see, they do get treats and shit. I don't know. Like, it's hard to gauge their happiness. It doesn't seem like they're being mistreated right now. They're just on a leash so they don't run away. But it's like, if they're being rewarded, they seem fine. I know, but it's also like, well, if you took them off the leash, would they run away? And then you could say that's fucked up, right? That they have them. But you could say the same thing about a lot of dogs as well that don't like follow their owners.
Coconut Grove.
What else would they be doing? In the jungle, probably doing the same shit for themselves. I mean, now they just have food provided for them, maybe better medical care. Because, like, if they get injured, they'll probably be like, go to a vet.
All right, guys, we're on our way to the monkey.
They live better than in nature. I think that depends on where they're selling them to. I think that's something that needs to be said because this is a training facility. I don't know if they're training them and then in-house using them. If they sell them off to a farmer that's now using them in like hurting them,
Monkey farm is kind of crazy.
that would be animal abuse.
Dogs coming along. 3 monkeys. They look pretty old, pretty well trained. These are obviously some veterans in the coconut trade. And yeah, I know. Just
Yeah, because like you would, the argument for it being fucked up is like, oh, because it's a monkey. But for like a border collie, it wouldn't. But border collies are also bred animals from, like, they didn't exist without humans.
kind of wild just watching them hold on. I guess it makes sense. But let's see how it goes down. Dog seems amped up as well.
They're taken out to...
I mean, getting the dog some exercise. Buddy can't just get, Buddy can't hitch a ride. We're making him run the whole fucking way.
Seems amped up as well.
Does he want to run the whole way through? There's a little space in there. I mean, you can sit in there.
They're taken out to actual coconut fields and they're worked in a 3-monkey rotation. They're not ready yet for the full-blown day's work of a working monkey, but they're getting...
Oh, see, I don't think they should be working like 8-hour shifts. I feel like they should work like an hour and then they get to do whatever the fuck they want.
real experience in an actual field.
Yeah, I don't know if they should work an 8-hour. Like if you're making the monkey work a 9 to 5, I think that's probably animal abuse. I think that's crazy.
All right, guys, enough of
compensation for that. Yeah, they need a 401k and benefits.
the school, enough of the practice. Bowie, it is time for some actual harvesting, huh?
The 3 apprentices perform surprisingly well. They need constant coaxing.
That's a lot of fucking coconuts, man.
and their attention holds for just 1 or 2 trees before it drifts and they just can't be trained anymore. So that's why they're worked in rotation.
Oh my god, there's a huge tree.
At times, though, they're even working in parallel. Just
That's
two
like a 50-foot fucking tree.
monkeys up there in the trees, one working each tree, harvesting together.
Hey guys, it's crazy how tall this tree is. Like, there's no way you'd be climbing up there. I mean, maybe you could if you had a death wish. But this monkey is making kind of short work of it. We are kind of having to call to him every now and then.
We work 9 to 5s, though. Yeah, you also get benefits from your employer, and you're a human living in a society that, like, understands the idea of a 9 to 5.
It is crazy how high these things
You're choosing that.
are.
Like, society chose that.
But he's on his, like, maybe 4th or 5th coconut right now. And, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, the big issue is the monkey's not choosing to do it.
Here it goes.
That's where it's like, that's where people are going to argue whether or not this is abuse. Outside of that, it's like, it doesn't really seem like they're being mistreated.
Flying everywhere, these coconuts. I gotta admit, you gotta keep an eye on it. It is a little bit dangerous. He's just calling out to it. It's being a little bit choosy, a little bit picky, hunting around, finding the right coconut, and then just boom, spinning them around. They come down in short order. They fly everywhere. Again, gotta keep an eye on it. Just crazy though, how high this tree is. And I've got to admit how effective this has been so far. One tree, maybe 6 or 7 coconuts. Yeah, maybe I should keep an eye on this.
And it's really hard to not be impressed by what these guys can do.
It's 2026. It's 2026, chat. Jesus Christ. Give it a rest. Give it a rest. Give it a rest, bro. Come on, man. It's not funny anymore. It's not.
I don't know why. I was expecting. Took down, I don't know, 15, 20 coconuts in absolutely no time.
But, like, how much are they selling? I know they're turning the coconuts into coconut water and then packaging, selling that. But, like, how much do you think they're making off one coconut? Like, when the monkey rips a coconut off, falls to the ground, is that, like, 20 cents? Like, how much is that worth? Bro, the only other thing I worry about is, like, that motherfucker falling from the tree and dying. Like, obviously, it's a smart ape. Like, it's probably not, but...
Pretty impressive how selective these monkeys are and how much you kind of trust them. Like, he'll call out to them, sort of push them to take the coconuts, but as soon as it seems like the monkey is done, like he's saying, no, this tree has only got unripe coconuts left, he's just going to trust the monkey and not really push the issue. Huh.
Later that day, we run into real working monkeys. They arrive just right.
Wait, those were apprentices. So this one's like seasoned veteran, been working the biz for 10 years. He's got a pension built up.
Riding on motorbikes, pulling up to a roadside pit stop. One of them's on the side of a trike, the other's just hanging onto the back of a motorbike like a school kid in Vietnam.
Like, meeting a fan annoy you? No. It doesn't annoy me meeting a fan. It annoys me when they stare at me from 50 yards away for an extended period of time because either A, they're not sure that it's me, or B, they're just too scared to walk up to me, especially if they're in a group and they're all kind of hovering around each other and just constantly looking up and staring at me. It, like, ruins the potential for me to have a fun time if I'm, like, out and doing something nice because they're kind of just, like, stalking me from afar. Like, just walk up to me. And so what I've done now is I've gotten pretty good at, like, if I see them, I know they know who I am because there's, like, a certain stare they give. So I just break that so I don't have to deal with that. And I walk up to them and I go, do you know who I am? And I've never had somebody yet go, no, because it's pretty obvious. Like, they're going, staring at their phone, staring at me. So I'll just walk up to them. I go, you know me. And they go, yeah. I go, thank fuck. I usually go, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to break, like, the awkward. The only time I've ever denied people of taking a photo was when I've been in a hurry. Like, there was one, literally, while I was coming back from the trip with Jack, there were 2 guys that recognized me. I'm literally walking to my gate. They're actively boarding. They go, Joe Bart. I go, yeah, bro, what's up? and I just keep walking. And I'm like, fuck, I know they wanted to talk to me, but like I had to get on my plane, you know? So it's like shit like that. It's like I feel bad because I'm like, oh, damn, they probably thought I was annoyed. But like I'm not annoyed. I just like, I got to dip.
Even the robots that Uber employs are being targeted and destroyed. In Philadelphia, both restaurants and residents were excited about Uber's plan to deploy delivery robots in the city, but some angry citizens had other plans. Which, dude, fucking clankers, what are you excited?
Yeah, or well, if that happens, if you have like a delivery bot fucking try to deliver your shit, it flips over, it can't autocorrect itself. So does the app just cancel your order and refund you? Or do they be like, oh, we need to get a service agent to come fucking fix it?
Citizens had other plans. Which, dude, fucking clankers, what are you excited for? Clankers rolling around your city? There's these little drones taking our jobs.
The homeless are fighting back, though.
I'm glad.
After The homeless people in big cities are fighting delivery bots.
Only 1 month, multiple robots had been completely destroyed or vandalized. Many were left to decay on the streets as well. Online, multiple videos show people kicking them and sitting on them. Others purposely block and place them off their set path.
Oh, it is easy to get food out of them. I wonder how hard the lock is to break. But if you are a homeless person, it's like, you know, you're not really hurting anybody stealing that food.
Sitting on them. Others purposely block and place them off their set path, causing them further delayed deliveries. This hate for delivery robots runs deep, my friends. And in fact, one man has an entire social media account dedicated to aggressively screaming and harassing any delivery robots they see in LA.
Watch what you do. Don't come at me. Don't come. You're going in a fucking shade. Don't you dare.
Arvin is on duty? Wait, are these operated by people? Or are they just giving this robot a fucking name?
Come at me like that. No, excuse you. Excuse you.
Are you under the Terminator 2 mentality?
Wait, what? Most delivery robots are highly autonomous, not remote controlled. There are there's humans on standby in case something goes wrong. That's the same thing with Waymos. Like, Waymos are AI self-driven, but there's, like, people in case something goes wrong. I hate how they just give them names, dude. Why are we giving a name to a fucking robot? It's the delivery robot, bro. Arvin's on duty.
Exactly. Just in case there's a conscious in there.
Hey, buddy. Hey, delivery robot. Hope you're having a good day.
You will fall.
After all this, Uber still plans to keep the robots in the city, claiming they were designed to be tampered with and send alerts when they break down.
There you go. They should have them explode if people mess with them.
Yeah, exactly.
They let out just straight fart spray. You get near it and start fucking with it, it just starts spraying you. You just reek of shit the next fucking 3 days.
Oh, you clinker.
5, 4,
what?
3, 2.
I mean, Akira.
Mark Rover type shit. Yeah, just fucking sprays you with mace. Straight bear spray to the eyes. Move out of the fucking way. I have somebody's Arby's steak nuggets to deliver. If you don't move in 3, 2, 1.
Like Sarah Connor. It's probably well known by now, but DoorDash as a company is extremely, extremely evil and has been caught treating its workers horribly on multiple occasions. What's fucked up is it's still an app on my phone. Is that food addiction? You tell me. Recently, the company had to pay out nearly $17 million to its drivers because from 2017 to 2019, it was caught using customer tips to subsidize drivers' base pay rather than adding tips to the overall payout. That is so fucking scummy. I'll do you one better, Nick.
Well, isn't it also proven that, like, there is somebody, I don't know if it was DoorDash or Uber Eats, but there was, like, a whistleblower that said that these apps, number one, or adding priority, like, if you pay $3 for a priority order, it does actually nothing. It's like a myth. It's just farming money out of you. And then on top of that, like, they have a system, like an AI, like, computation thing to give a desperate rating to its workers. And the higher your desperate rating, the lower the order, like, monetary amount they'll give you. If you're somebody that works for, like, Uber Eats and you are really scrounging for cash, you're going to have a high desperate rating, and therefore they're just going to give you the shittiest orders because you're just bound to take them. And so if you're, like, more of a casual Uber driver, they're going to incentivize you by giving you better orders that make you more money, like, per order. Like, a desperate Uber driver might make more money, but they're doing more orders that are shittier. I don't know if that's, like, definitively proven, but I remember that was, like, a big thing, like, a little bit ago.
Okay, order some Taco Bell.
Yeah. All right, well, they got me. It's gone. Definitely not downloading it as soon as I'm done.
Definitely not reinstalling that app in 15 minutes. Well, here's the weird thing is, are they owned by different companies? Like, is Uber Eats and DoorDash competitors? Because when you use both of them, they're identical in UI. Like, if you use, I've used both. They're identical. Isn't that not weird? Like, if you use them, like, it looks slightly different, but, like, the same scroll page, they just look the exact same. Like, if you're on the app, you have no idea which one you're using. They're definitely not identical. They're very similar.
In 2025, air traffic control workers up in the tower at Chicago O'Hare Airport noticed a small red car driving across runways and into restricted areas.
Wait, what? Delivery driver finds way onto secured areas at O'Hare Airport, drives miles before being spotted.
And into restricted areas. What the hell is that? Little Dr. Seuss car driving across. When they alerted,
were they doing it? Were they just like insane driving on the runway, or were they trying to like get a shortcut to deliver food faster?
Airport security. They stopped the car and discovered a 36-year-old man trying to fulfill a DoorDash delivery.
I'm on the tarp.
Oh, sorry, I'm lost. I don't know how I got here. I was just following the Uber Eats GPS.
Back.
Did I take a wrong turn? Oh, God! Like flying right above him. Whoa! How could you get in this area?
I think he's just an old guy who got
He's
lost.
36!
Yeah, he's not an old guy. I mean, you'd have to pass barriers, dude. I feel like he'd have to drive through a fucking fence. Like, you can't just mistakenly drive onto a runway. Like, he was right next to an airplane.
An old guy got lost. Yeah, if he was an 84-year-old man, I'd be like, well, yeah, he's what are you supposed to do? 36 and being like, well, I don't see why. How did you get there? How did you get past the gates? Oh, did you?
It's not even get past the gates. Like, airport runways are so big. Chicago O'Hare Airport is so massive that it's like for him to get to an airport gate, he had to have driven like 2 miles on this fucking runway. Like, he had to have been passing planes that were actively moving around him.
He just did, I have a DoorDash, and they're like, and they open the gate. I mean, what the fuck happened? Apparently, he just drove straight through the gate at the front of the tarmac and began driving for miles up and down the active runway. I mean, there's planes everywhere, dude.
Well, once they saw him, they probably grounded everything.
You know what? The thing earlier,
your flight gets delayed. Sorry, there's actually a man in a smart car that is driving around our runway. We will be taking off as soon as he gets the fuck off.
Men doing this are so stupid. Where am I supposed to go? What terminal are you at? What gate? It was determined that this is somehow completely unintentional. An investigation ended up with the man being let go without any charges. How?
How did he unintentionally drive into an dude? Because it's like, right when you notice you're on a runway, wouldn't you just turn around? Like, okay, sure, he drives through the gate thinking that he's going into a gated neighborhood. But then the second he's on like a tarmac and he's seeing fucking planes land, I feel like he'd be like, oh no. Like, why would he continue driving up and down?
Regardless of how insane some drivers act, it's hard not to feel bad for them, considering that working for DoorDash is extremely draining. Unfortunately, however, some drivers take out their frustration on the customers. After trying to surprise their partner with some Asian food, one woman was shocked to see that her driver had sent her a picture of him next to a dumpster and peeing on their meal completely unprompted. Completely unprompted! How do we... See, this is what I'm saying, though. How do we know it's completely unprompted?
We're only getting one half of the story.
I think so. Don't get me wrong. I think that these things do happen. Some just people freak out. But I think when people make these stories, you're leaving out a little bit of information, aren't you? What did you do? Hey, man, how you doing today? I think it's some stuff that's just being like, hey, just let you know I'm in line, whatever. I'm in line, because you get a message like that from DoorDash sometimes. I'm in line, pick up your order, exclamation point. I bet some person would be like, make it quick. Just a little, just some.
Yeah, piss them off. Where are you? Where are you? Why are you driving so slow? Okay, buddy, fuck you. I just wouldn't deliver it though. I wouldn't pee on the order. No, you know what you would actually need to do? You don't pee on the order, you still deliver it. You just shake the bag up. You go, "Oh, there's liquid." Fucking put it down. Still good food, but it's like, up now it's all over the place.
I'm sure piss all over it. Appalled
Fries all over the bag.
by this, the woman asked what was going
You bitch, I piss on you.
on, and all he said was, and I quote, "You bitch, I piss on you," before ending the conversation.
I don't know. Where is I have? DoorDasher's name is Negman. Where is I have? Front porch.
All he said was, and I quote, "You bitch, I piss on you," before ending the conversation. The woman called the police and allegedly got his car impounded. However, when she posted the DMs to r/DoorDash expecting sympathy, many of the customers found the situation funny, which enraged her even more. It is funny. If I also,
Oh, it is funny. No, it actually is funny. I would also like try and get him fired, but in the moment I'd be like, that's kind of hilarious. I'd be annoyed. I'd be annoyed for like 5 minutes because I'd be like, fucking hell, man. Now I need to order more food. And then you get him fired, and then you fucking,
fucking get
order again.
over it. It's one meal.
You guys think this is funny?
Yeah, see that she definitely fucking did something.
I think she did.
Yeah, and why are you posting it on Reddit assuming that people are going to be sympathetic towards you? That's our first problem. Some guy peed on my DoorDash order. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's so upsetting. Oh, I would be so upset if I were you. Oh my God. My heart goes out to you.
Another driver was arrested after she got caught pepper spraying a customer's order. Courtney Stevenson had just finished delivering an Arby's order.
Bro, I heard about this one. Was this one recent? I feel like I saw this on TikTok. Yeah, 2025.
He got caught pepper spraying a customer's order. Courtney Stevenson had just finished delivering an Arby's order to a home in Evansville, Indiana, when she pulled out a small bottle of mace from her keychain and sprayed it inside around the bag. When the customers brought it inside and began eating, the wife began to choke and vomit, claiming her throat was burning. It's horrible, but it's also just... it would the fumes alone.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like unless you ordered something that was like really spicy, wouldn't you be like, wait, this is like foul?
Alone would be so insane that once again it's a Midwest couple being like, oh goddamn, chicken of China, the Chinese chicken, this shit is popping. Opens it up.
Yeah, you'd have to smell it.
It's not that bad, Carol.
Arby's just smells like pepper spray base. Bro, I've never eaten Arby's. At least that I remember. I think I've eaten Arby's maybe once.
I told you should have went with General Chow's. Courtney was charged with 2 counts of battery, resulting in moderate injury. 2 counts of consumer
It's like fucking biochemical warfare, dude. You're spraying food with fucking pepper spray?
product tampering, and was banned from DoorDash. The whores.
Do we get a reasoning? I hate when it's just like, we say this, we move on. I want to be like, why did you do that? Like, what made you go, I'm going to spray this order with pepper spray? Also, horrible fit. Horrible fit. We got blue jeans, a long black leather jacket, and just a tucked in white shirt. Ugh.
A driver named Olivia was caught up in a massive scandal after receiving a delivery. The instructions stated to leave it on the front steps of the home, which I will say, the delivery note option.
This was the one that like blew up, where it was like there was like a naked man on a couch and she took a picture of him and she was saying that he was like waiting for her with the door open, but he said that she opened the door. I don't even know what actually the full result was of this case. I feel like she got like fined or something.
The delivery note option might as well not even be there because I've never seen them actually do it. It's almost always disregarded. I digress. When Olivia arrived, she noticed the door just slightly creaked open. After a brief inspection, she could see a naked homeowner asleep on the couch. Instead of
filming him's wild.
Walking away and reporting the customer on the app, she decided it would be a good idea to walk further into his home and record him. Everyone's probably seen this.
Her walking further into his home is a claim made later by the man in court. There's no publicly available evidence.
Story by now, but it still appalls me. I can't believe it. She then went home and uploaded the footage to TikTok, claiming she had been sexually assaulted.
Wait, hold up. This is a lot. Contrary to popular belief, the video you just watched is the only publicly available evidence. No original upload or ring cam video exists on the internet in which she opens the door that was slightly ajar, or we were not able to find it. The screenshots from the deleted video is just a chop of the original footage. In the only video that is on the internet, she does not touch the door, she does not enter the house, and she's very clearly follows the instructions from the note on the app, which, if followed, would force anyone to see the man on the couch. Yeah, I think that's like, that's where we're in this weird gray area where it's like, okay, well, why is this dude butt naked on the couch, and why is his door unlocked, and was it open? The only other existing footage is the additional footage mentioned in the police report is not public and therefore does not specify what the footage is. Oh my god, so it's not on social media, but the police have it? There's no publicly available video of her
If you
opening the
see a
door.
naked person sleeping...
Hold up. Although there are some really bad AI okay.
If you see a naked person sleeping, is that assault?
He's in his own home. I think where you get into the debate is why... Yeah, you're allowed to be naked in your own home. That's not illegal. I'm saying if he ordered food and was naked in front of the door and left the door wide open, that's a problem. The debate comes from the idea of whether or not the door was open to begin with. Right?
That's the gray area. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know how cracked it was, blah, blah, blah. I digress. To me, it sounds like a drunk man ordered food and passed out on his couch, whatever. If it was fully open and it was a screen door and the person is naked there.
Yeah, and it's also different if he was, like, awake and, like, doing something versus him just being, like, passed out, drunk, asleep, naked. The door was probably cracked. She should have just left it and then opened it, saw him naked, and then filmed it. I don't really know, though. Like, I don't want to assume.
Actually, that would be like, that's, what the fuck are you doing? The internet did not side with her and called her insane for walking into someone's home, even if the door was slightly open. Things would only escalate when she continued to post online, screaming at the top of her lungs and doubling down that she was sexually assaulted and how DoorDash was in the wrong for banning her. When local police got hold of her footage, they determined that the man was clearly drunk and asleep on his couch. This clearly indicated that there was no assault or wrongdoing since he was in his...
Yeah, like, that's what I was saying. Like, if he was, like, left the door cracked and he was, like, fucking, like, jorking it or some shit on the couch, like, that'd be, like, way fucking worse. But, like, I think the way that the lawyers are mocking it up against her was drunk man, ordered DoorDash, fell asleep naked on the couch, door was probably cracked. She should have just dropped the bag off, left, saw the doors cracked, opened the door, saw him naked, opened it more, filmed him. I don't know, though. Like, that's... I have no idea how this turned out.
But however, in January of 2026, she was charged with 2 felonies, 1 charge of unlawful surveillance, and another...
Oh, she got fucking charged?
No assault or wrongdoing since he was in his own home. For months, Olivia would defend her actions, but however, in January of 2026, she was charged with 2 felonies, 1 charge of unlawful surveillance, and another of dissemination of unlawful surveillance images, each carrying a maximum sentence of 4 years in prison. The saying a few bad apple ruins the whole bunch definitely applies to delivery drivers, as we've all had annoying experiences dealing with them. For some people, messing with their food is enough to put an entire app on their shit list, which justifiably so. Most of them do their jobs correctly, but there are plenty of drivers that seem absolutely incapable of doing.
But like, if it was like crap, why would she do that? That's what I don't understand. Like, I don't know, man. We're never gonna know though. If it's like the lawyers have this video that isn't released to the public of like her opening the door, then that's like the biggest thing. Is like if the door wasn't open and she opened the door, then it's fully on her. It's literally one or the other.
So the next time you order food online and it gets delivered correctly, be respectful. After all, you never know how insane their shift has been, right guys? And also too, I will say, I mean, have respect for the DoorDash driver and stuff. It's a meal. It's a meal. Granted, you paid money for it or whatever. If they didn't deliver in the right spot and you had to walk a few extra feet to get to whatever, or you had to do X, it's not the end of the fucking world. You know, did somebody fuck up your order and you had to, you know, you had to like live with another thing? These things don't make it justifiably okay just to be like, well, I guess I'm just gonna get walked over. But at the same time, just like let it fucking go, man. Or just don't order through the app anymore. You choose a different one.
Yeah, I think it's like, from a customer perspective, if you're having like repeated bad experiences, like just stop ordering food. You know what I mean? That was a good video though. I did enjoy that. We gotta do push-ups, I know.